Let's see how we're gonna get fucked over today. Alright. Marvel Rivals. Alright. First things first. Collect athletics. Take. Oh, that's just okay. Tomorrow. Okay. 2, 4, 6. Oh wait, no. This would be the first one for. Okay. Collect, complete, defeat any 80 enemies, deal 100,000 damage. Alright. Sorry. Defeat 10 enemies as magic. Why would they give me that? That's the easiest one. For me, that's actually really easy. I main no more. Okay. Deal 100,000 damage. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna have to do that in AI just so I don't get a lot of credit for Star-Lord. If anyone also notices that number that's going crazy, it's just the FPS. I usually always have it on. I actually realized recently that I actually had it resolution almost 2 times of what I had. So I was always wondering why I was like at 100. Oh, let me change this up before I forget. It did not update. Change this so I'm in the right category. Yep. Alright, we're good. I need to change the settings. I might just wait for the ads to finish, actually. That might be a better. I wonder if I can just. Can I haven't started, so it's fine. Disable. Yeah, we can turn them off. Hopefully that updates it. Alright. Okay. I think we are good to go. And then I just have to check one last thing. Alright, we're good. We're almost done with the battle pass. We got him yesterday. Because I do things offline. So I just don't have to. Because I'm not always playing Rivals online. Page. This should be done tomorrow. 3672. Just doesn't give you other than this one. Yeah, this. Yeah, tomorrow. That's okay. Okay. Last thing is I actually wanna communicate to say hello. I don't ever use retreats. I actually might just say hey, hello instead. Actually, that's fine. That's fine. So I'm gonna just change retreat. Yeah. Alright, let's go. Let's go get shit on. Let's go. I love this. I get to lose in 4K. Woo! Please don't be Spider-Man. Help Spider. Oh, I'll run it. God, bro, the fact how fast people get on. Oh my god. Alright. I'm just gonna wait. I want people to see what I deal with on a regular basis. I want to see if my theory will hold up. People think I'm fucking crazy half the time. Okay, they went healer. Yeah, someone left. Let's go. Twitch.tv/. Are they on? Wait, I want to see. I just want to see if they're on. Hold up. I don't even know who that is, but the fact is, I want to check now.
30 seconds
L-U-Z.
before you attack. Get ready.
Oh, they're not on. Oh. That would have been great. Okay. I don't even know who to choose because of this team. I'll pick them.
I tend to lost souls, like a shepherd tends to his
The
flock.
battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2,
Don't fail me, team.
You think you can harm me?
Alright.
Let's get that vehicle to its destination.
I require some aid. Quantum magic.
Or a dagger.
Your soul is united. Andy needs help. Kept in my step.
Thanks.
Nice. Man, fuck Widow.
Going. Feels like the spirit of the city just
Pure cosmic
faded
energy.
away. More unstable.
A true hunter need not hide from their
This
prey.
whole area is completely destructible.
The web beckons, and we shall not be deterred.
I just heard a portal. I just heard a portal.
Almost there. Don't turn back now. Or a dagger. Plasma burst!
I require
Oh my god.
healing supplies at last. That sniper will think twice before targeting us.
Fuck off me.
We are in this together.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint.
I'm amazed we won that. I thought we were losing.
The web beckons, and we shall not be deterred.
I was here getting fucking jumped. And on me. Just on the payload.
We're gonna have to do something about that.
Quantum magic. Stronger together. I feel better already. This location must be destroyed.
He killed himself.
The web beckons, and we shall not be deterred. Quantum magic. Second chance is over. You are safe now, my friend. This time I need healing.
I'll get you next time. Us against the world!
Oh.
It feels like it's there. Don't turn back now.
Jesus Christ. Whoop, whoop. Oh. It's okay.
The idiots I was looking for.
Just embrace the light.
Destiny awaits.
Get that vehicle moving again.
Thanks a lot.
This is real firepower!
Healing power. Quantum magic.
I'll get you
Time
next time.
I need healing. I feel better already. This place is curious. Keep an eye here. Healing power. We are in this together.
By the eye of Agamotto! Born again!
Just gonna do that.
success.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Bird.
Hello
I
there.
feel like I'm seeing the whole universe just in this web.
Even if he's fucking with him, it's gonna be like, yeah.
I have located one of our opponents.
Oh my god.
I feel better already.
Life and destiny, it's shifting.
Some assistance, please.
Disappear!
Ah, there you are. No escaping us now.
Just what I have to put some pep in my
Thanks, Spidey.
Our foes have arrived.
Oh, I didn't know it was that low. Get fucked.
Us against the world.
Feel better already.
Don't let anything stand in your way.
By the eye of Agamotto!
This is real firepower!
Oh. Joker.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Good ult, bad time.
I have risen. The cosmos heals you.
There's gonna be a fight.
Enemy tag.
Only we can see that excess reality, big guy.
Some assistance, please. Quantum magic. We are in this together. My power swells.
The light force is building. So close. This is your big chance.
The cosmos heals you. You think you can harm me?
Can't let myself get hit. Born again!
You are safe now, my friend. Second chance is over. I have located one of our
Spider-Man has
opponents.
something for Weaver.
Your time is past. Quantum magic.
Disappear! Another epic victory. Big win.
Whoever's Stuart, leave me alone, bro. Bro, I actually had Spider-Man on my team, and I didn't have Peter Parker. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. All right.
The right
Oh,
heroes
run
can make all the
defend.
difference.
Man, I don't want to be on defend. Actually, I'll wait. I'll just wait to see whatever picks, and then I'll just pray. We're fucked. It's not a good map for Iron Man. I'll be honest with you. It's okay. Okay. So we're playing Brawl. Okay, never mind. We're not playing Brawl. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't want to play this. Honestly, I'm gonna play out.
Back in 30 seconds.
Universe a
Stay
better
strong.
place than it was before I was created. You are not alone.
I'm afraid there's still no imminent scientific solution to our vampire problem.
Maybe a little break from the lab will do us good, Reed.
Well, I suppose it's never a bad thing to give some other muscles a stretch.
The battle starts
I'm about to get jumped hard, and I swear I'll swap to Wanda in like 2 seconds if I have to. Are you? Why are you? Nah, bro. So a smart person would just swap. Roll.
Watch this spot. Quantum magic. Cosmic justice.
I don't have you.
Just in time.
They made it halfway! Stop them! Better stop that vehicle!
Take the bad guy. The cosmos heals you.
I'm trying to get this bitch alive.
My cosmic might return. Feeling fantastic.
Sniper, right there.
Healing power. Healing power. Take the bad guy. Smart. Stronger together.
Nope. Yeah, but I can just revive.
Quantum magic. Enjoy the amplifier. Your powers are mine.
I am ready to put on a show!
Behold the god of thunder!
You're fucked.
Born again!
Just gonna do this.
Cosmic might return. The cosmos heals you. Second chance is over.
Sometimes I just realize this ult isn't really about. Sure, you can revive everybody, but sometimes it's just about getting everyone back.
Just what this day needs.
You stop them in their tracks!
The cosmos heals you. Feeling fantastic.
Okay, we are back in.
I am ready to put on a show!
Pulse charge. Just what I required. Sniper. Too sweet. I can heal. Destiny was not kind to you. We were safe. Healing power.
Hella, give up, bro. If y'all let her live. Okay, I was about to say. Bro, I'm actually glad he has Loki, bro. He's just feeding me.
You stop them in their tracks!
Healing power. More bad guys.
Oh, they went to Swirl Girl. That's smart, actually.
Don't mind me. I'm just dying. Some assistance, please. Some repairs fast. That put a spring in my step. Namor quantum magic.
Just in time.
Oh my god.
Follow the enemy. Quantum magic. Your fate is sealed.
Oh, they're on me. Oh, it's fine. I'm just gonna see.
Quantum magic.
Better stop that vehicle! There's still a chance to stop them! Only 60 seconds left!
Jesus Christ.
Your powers are
I
mine.
am ready to put on a show!
I require some aid.
Yeah, we are back. They got it. Nope, we're backing up.
They hit a checkpoint!
Hmm.
Might be a good time to stop them.
Nope. Alright. I'm gonna be really. Nope. Got it.
Better stop that vehicle!
How did I still get hit? What?
Reinforcements, I presume.
They've made it halfway! Stop them!
I'll be ship-shape in no time.
I'll patch you up.
Healing power. That's better.
Follow the enemy.
Pulse charge! Fire!
I'll carry on our work. This time I need healing.
I am ready to put on a show!
Cosmic might returns.
Okay.
You're welcome.
There's still a chance to stop them!
Destiny
No, no.
awaits. The cosmos heals you.
With you! They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
Destiny awaits.
Better stop that vehicle!
Healing power.
I was in trouble.
At your service.
It's now or never! Stop them!
The cosmos heals you.
Feeling fantastic. What on earth has made more?
Your powers are mine!
This time I need healing.
Hell unleashed!
Nope. Nope. Okay.
Hey, Dee! Enjoy the amplifier!
The girl will not forget your sacrifice.
Hell unleashed!
Are you kidding me?
Quantum magic.
Don't give them another inch! Or else!
Born again!
Healing power. Tired feel like my show again.
Oh my god, bro. The moment I fucking lose it. Oh, it is what it is.
I am ready to put on a show!
I am born anew.
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
Travis, tell my Iron Man to swap. SVP! And I'm the SVP. Get fucked. It's so stupid. How do you go... Bro, even when I play Iron Man and it's like hell and everyone's shooting at me, why would I stay Iron Man? That's just stupidity. Especially if he's getting dogged on. Bro, I'm looking at Hella's stats. She's literally beating everybody. And the guy's like, let me stay Iron Man. One of the slowest one. Even with the buff, I mean... If that Iron Man's not playing smart, he's gonna
Pick
get
your
fucking
hero.
dogged on.
Or villain, I'm not judging. Oh boy, the fact that that was the other choice. Jesus Christ. Alright, that's decently better, I guess. Oh boy, alright. What the fuck are... What the... Oh no. I want to learn how to play Cap, but not in these lobbies. Oh, that's even worse. Oh no. I'm just gonna add him. Get ready.
I am simply a man who wishes to use his power for good.
Been too long since we did this together, Luna. Ready for an encore?
What?
Agents of
in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
I left the beaches of Krakoa for this.
Another loser to punch.
Another loser. Whoa.
Some assistance, please. Quantum magic.
Thank you.
I'll patch you up. Cosmic might returns.
Yep.
Like the mission area is yours to capture now.
I found one of them.
Feel my power. Open for casualties. You have our word. They're shooting from somewhere. The cosmos heals you.
This place is aching to be destroyed.
How the fuck did I miss? Oh my god. How did you guys miss everything else? Bro, this fucker got healed once and his whole health came up.
I feel better already.
They captured the mission area.
The cosmos heals you. This time I need healing.
I was fine, but thanks.
I am at your
I don't.
service.
Don't ever fucking try that again.
The cosmos heals you.
Us against the world.
My friend has risen once more.
Born again!
Not a good place. Not a good place. Not a good place.
I am born anew.
I'm magic, and this is my soul sword.
Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
Fuck my team, bro.
You belong to me!
Healing down.
Assemble!
No motherfuckers died in 10 seconds, bro.
They've almost got it.
There's still so much to do.
Limbo stands with you!
My good deed for the day.
Sniper.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Quantum magic.
Born again!
Sniper neutralized.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I am at your service. Healing supplies at last.
Hey, Dee!
Quantum magic.
So long. You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
You are safe now, my friend. They were a fool to underestimate you. I feel better already.
On your toes. Here they come.
Sniper's gonna be sorry if I ever get close.
That sniper off the board.
Quantum magic.
Oh my god.
I suppose that helps.
I'm
You are safe now.
Cosmo first. You captured the mission area. Keep going.
5 and 6 magic. Yep. You love to see it. You left it right there on the board. Almost against its comp that's not gonna win.
Perfection is unattainable, but that should not stop us from trying to achieve it.
Seconds before you attack. Get ready.
What, humans? They don't understand anything.
Bro, I fucking hate this team.
Listen. Y'all a bunch of deadweights. I can do this myself.
Thank you, Rocket. Thank you. That's exactly the word.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2,
I will bring peace
1.
to this universe, no matter the cost.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Let us see if those who dwell
shitty
here
magic
are
is Cloak and
truly
Dagger.
worthy of worship.
Alright.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Roll.
Capture the mission area.
You fought until the end.
Oh my god.
You should be proud.
Bro, why are you putting yourself in danger? Bro, I'm not. Nope.
I am born anew.
Healing would be helpful. Plasma burst!
Ah, there you are. No escaping us now.
Don't mind me.
Your team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
Alright. He was not here for so long. Jesus Christ. Sounds about right. How do you...
Cosmic might returns.
Enjoy the amplifier!
Us against the world. You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Oh, their whole team is out. Oh my god. Bro, their Widow and Starlord are going crazy, and it's like, people are like, let me... Like, they don't see a problem with that.
There's still so much to do.
Bro, if they're shitting on the lobby, those are the people you want to go after. Okay, that's 1. Now get their Widow. That's 23 and 5.
They found my weakness. Cosmos heals you.
Oh my god. That's what I'm saying, bro. This game literally is just, it throws you either in the, like, you're getting stomped on or you're stomping on the team. Like, it's not, there's nothing else. Before anyone tries to say anything after before, fuck you. Let's see. Don't ever fucking speak to me again. Oh my god. Okay, play like this then. I don't know what y'all were doing. That's a lie. That magic? No. That's why he went to a rocket like the moment. What? Pick tank then! What the fuck? Rocket's not even hard. Rocket's actually one of the easier supports, at least in the sense that, like, he's actually the meme of, like... Oh, man. We are throwing. Makes sense. Bro, why am I always on the brain dead team? Why? Watch, it's gonna put me on defense now, and I'm gonna be like, great, again. I'd rather be on attacker domination every single time. I hate fucking defense. Hey, we're on attack. Wow.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Oh, please, you gotta give me Captain America. I'm the best Captain America ever, dude. Please, dude. I'm like the...
Got a better mic.
Dude, please. I'm like the best Captain America ever, dude. Dude, I promise I'm the best Captain ever.
We're just gonna mute that.
Before you attack, get ready.
DPS it is.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3.
It's time to do the right thing.
Y'all thought I was fucking kidding.
Gotta figure out what that
All you
is.
need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
We break her shield, guys. We break her shield. Oh, wait. Oh, maybe it'll... Oh, come on, come on. It might be the day to learn.
Anybody can shoot a gun. A bow. Now, that takes skill.
Punching a hole.
That was close.
Leave them to Khonshu.
Sonic boom!
Bro, you guys all just got shit on in 10 seconds. What? Hello? We go running. I might actually have to go hella. Yeah.
Punching a hole! Happy to pitch in.
It's spider time!
Just what the doctor ordered.
Khonshu smiled on us. Those spiders won't bother us anymore.
I hear someone like flying around.
Sonic boom!
Maximum!
We got company.
Bright like a star.
Here's the target for you. Nowhere to hide. Happy to pitch in.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
Oh, we got it. Oh, get fucked, Jeff.
With the eyes of the hawk that Thor speaks of. I am friends with the eagle who sits atop the world tree.
Hate to break it to you, but Hawkeye is just a code name. But I bet my pal Sam would love to meet your bird buddy.
Hero work ain't easy.
We're just gonna push. We are just gonna push.
Got eyes on an enemy. Look, itsy bitsy spider. Hope you like the spiders. Well done.
You're halfway there. Keep going.
That's why we follow Cat. Leave them to Khonshu.
Sonic boom! Woo! I never miss.
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
Can't touch this one. He knows where you've been.
Fuck you.
Together to victory! Sonic boom!
We're in this together.
Just what the doctor ordered.
The vehicle reached the checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Nowhere to hide.
Get fucked. No way, bro. Went to the back line.
This should be a walk in the park. Huh?
Enemy ahead. Prepare.
Oh, Venom by doing that actually is throwing right now. Because right now they're basically missing a tank.
Don't let anything stand in your way.
Everything's breakable
go.
here.
Off to fight Dracula, huh?
So close. This is your big chance.
I'm right like a star.
Punch in the hole.
Us against the world. Again.
Don't let the spiders get close. Heads up. Punch in the hole.
Again.
Your powers are mine!
Against the world.
Oh my god. Oh! Oh, cloak and dagger. Oh, great. It's okay. You have 4 minutes to basically just hit once.
All I need now is targets.
And they already used their Loki and their cloak and dagger all actually. So you probably could just push.
Vehicle moving again.
Okay,
maybe not die, but you know.
Bad guys won't like this.
Fantastic!
Victory!
This is the I never miss.
Alright. Kinda be hell of annoying now.
Should be fun.
Back off. Squall coming through.
Now I am satisfied.
I'm gonna get
Why am I lagging? Okay. Just push.
Oh, really? That would be totally amazing. Yeah, squirrel power. Us against the world.
What? Just push it. Thank you! 19-2? Are you serious? Wow. Jeff Carey, you know what? He might be onto something. That was gonna take a couple days, or at least like 2 more. I was done with this. It's probably like 2 more matches. Deal 100,000. Yeah, it's just taking damage. Defeat 10. Okay. I'll do a couple more, and then I'm just gonna actually watch those react videos. I want to see what the big streamers talk about in Marvel Rivals.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
We're on attack.
Someone's got to guard the galaxy. Might as well be me.
Oh, he's gonna go home?
Those who oppose me shall be left to drown in my wake.
I got you. The seas are mine. And we went dive. Alright. Can I get like an invisible one? Please? I'm begging.
We have hidden in the depths long enough. Now is the time to strike tools.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Oh, I didn't know I could do that.
Scheming to usurp the throne of Asgard?
I consider many things. You cannot save yourself. Can you save yourself?
You'll never know about letting it go.
Asgard will be mine. It takes an egomaniac.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Help get that vehicle to its destination.
Protect your key. We will reach Yggdrasil in no time. That is much better. Gamma spawn. No swimming away now, little fish. Hulking beast.
Oh, I can.
Protect your key. This could be treacherous territory.
Push the car.
My thanks.
They went dive, a flying, and a Squirrel kind of makes sense at least, but
We will reach Yggdrasil in no time.
that's weird.
Hulking beast.
Just gonna do that just in case.
Almost there. Don't turn back now. I need assistance. We are undefeatable.
How refreshing. Watch how it falls away.
I will not be controlled.
Imperial Rex.
Oh, he made him survive.
Watch how
See, you're either getting stomped or you're the one getting to be stomped or not to stomp. That is the question. I'm just gonna push. My team's kind of, yep.
Hulking beast.
Help, friends. Friends.
Maximum pulse. Monsters of the deep. Protect your king. Just another soldier. Render me a
Tremble before fast!
Be wary of this location. Monsters of the deep. How refreshing.
Nope.
Consider yourself conquered.
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
Not far from here. Wash our foes away. I'm hulking.
I need assistance. The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Hulking beast. Wash our foes away. Your god is suffering. A shield fit for a king. Hulking beast. Cleanse this place.
Friends, gather around.
Here they are. Attack them.
We are undefeatable.
Oh my god.
Again.
You got rid of Gamma? Oh my god.
Drown them.
Shake it up.
Attack them. That is much better.
Alright, let me swap. Oh, we disconnected. Bro, this isn't fair. We disconnected and they...
You need not fear me if you
Bro.
do not oppose me.
Nope.
I want your soul.
Your god is suffering.
Tremble before fast!
Our foes draw near. I still need you.
Oh my god, we haven't got it out of here.
Healing. Why would I?
I need something. Oh my god, I need someone to go tank, bro. Actually, wait.
My tail.
Might be able to do this.
Gives me strength. Thank you very much.
Get in there.
Rainbow stands with you.
Who wants a piece of me now?
Your god is suffering.
I need assistance.
Fast must rise and fall.
How the fuck are you alive?
Maximum pulse.
Let's get to that tree and get this so found one of our targets. A gift from Khonshu. Fast must be proud. What? You're real?
Oh, he's one. Alright. Fuck Black Panther. Come on, y'all can push, y'all can push. Just push, just push, just push, just push.
Guess Khonshu's got my back after all. Move this thing forward or else.
Like, bro, just slightly stay on it. Like, y'all can attack, but you guys have to be at least close to it.
We are undefeatable!
A gift from Khonshu.
Okay. Don't do this, Cap.
I am Asgard's might. Tremble before fast. A little pick me up. Was getting kind of worried there.
Oh my god. It's not hard. Y'all could have just, if y'all just pushed, you could have been at least one step off it.
Khonshu, watch almost to the magic tree. Keep going.
Bro, you could have.
On your toes. Here they come.
Assemble!
Rise and fall. Khonshu has his eye on you. Should have kept hiding better. The maximum on you.
Off, get off me.
Khonshu demands vengeance. Thank you very much.
Focus on the battle.
Who wants a piece of me now? Rise and fall.
Oh my god, he just never dies.
Only 60 seconds left. Thank you.
Thank you very
We
much.
are undefeatable!
Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
Come on, Khonshu. Let me
How are we
rest.
losing this every time? They barely have any kills. We've literally almost doubled their kills.
Eagle moving again!
Tremble before fast.
The final 10 seconds!
Trees dead ahead. Don't stop now. The moon haunts you. Rise and fall.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Khonshu
Get
made
off
it,
me.
sister.
I'm like 10 health, so.
Phew. Almost didn't make it again. A gift from Khonshu.
Assemble!
God damn it. Oh, he's.
Maximum!
Bro, y'all. What are y'all doing? I don't understand how that happens. How is it that we're literally at least doing well and then just magic at the last second? It's like they're a whole different person playing the game. Bro, if the EOMM what we're saying is true, I see it, because holy shit, bro. This would turn me off and just be like, I'm done with the game for today, because it's so cool.
You'll need a
Like, I get I'm playing a
large team to
controller,
win
but
this
like,
one.
raw. Want attack. Thank you. I don't think Spider-Man's hard. BP's actually hard. He actually has consequences. He does not. If your team is just, the enemy team is just slightly not paying attention, just slightly, you can get away from like anything. Even if you're bad at it. BP, like, you fuck up, bro, it's over. You get jumped for like a second, it's over. The PC players should not be bad at this, considering all they talk about is them being better than
30
controller.
seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Attack. I don't want to go support. I really don't. So I'm just not going to. Fuck that. I haven't had Storm in forever, but I'm gonna go Punisher.
Only cowards see shades of gray.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area.
My team can go that way.
Got
I
it?
go.
Those have to be Namor's weird friends.
Heavy weapons.
Okay, hold up. Hold up. We need to swap.
My domain will one day encompass all souls.
I gotta help out more.
Here's this life. Why would I need healing? Here's this life.
Alright, game's unplayable for 12 seconds.
Mortals use these. Shall I?
Oh my god! They got dead.
Resistance is futile. I want his soul. I'm very hard.
Am I?
Here's this life.
Maximum pulse.
No way! Oh my god. Bro, Hawkeye, do anything. Anything.
Who is more immortal than I?
They only have one healer ult. And somehow we can't get that.
What else you got, Namor?
Whoa, water. Come on. Come on. If y'all lose that. Oh, I need to get back like instant. Come on. No. It's possible.
Keep moving it forward.
Find that soul.
No worries. I've got your back.
Oh my god, he did it. Nope, we're capping. We're capping. We're capping. We're capping. We're capping.
Oh my. Another fearsome foe.
Why would I need healing? Follow this enemy.
Come on, open the door.
Help get that vehicle to its destination. Together.
I want your soul.
The moon haunts. Maximum pulse.
It's like you guys just don't listen.
Your minions' souls are mine now, Namor. Resistance is futile.
Bro, you are 0 and 5.
Moving again. Enemy located.
I want your soul.
Oh my god! They got dead.
That's it. I am barely hard.
One way we get to the finish line, Zero. Together.
Tell Khonshu I'm sorry I trashed his stuff.
Resistance is futile.
Why does bird activation take so long? I don't mind the delay, but can I turn it on faster? Like, I should literally just be able to... Hold on, let me... Like, click it and immediately go into bird. I don't like the weird one... Even if it's like a second delay, it is...
See the adversary. A brief taste of hell.
I'm doing this my way.
Maximum.
The moon haunts you.
Jesus, they just used everything. Bro, her...
You're halfway there. Keep going.
Sorry, you made this mess, mister. Enemies. Perfect. Find that soul.
Almost there. Don't turn it now.
Why would I need healing? Resistance.
Bro, her Sue... Bro, Sue is always there to help anybody here.
I am returned.
Get that vehicle moving again.
One check. 8 and 9. I can't lie to you, brother. You were 1 and 7. It's not it.
I hate you. Here's this life.
Oh my god! Should have stayed underwater, fellas.
A brief taste of hell.
Damn.
Disappear.
No worries, I've got your back.
Oh my god! They got
The moon haunts you.
Oh, I'm dead. Oh, actually, wait, hold on. Well, I'm in the back line now. That's not
Only
good.
60 seconds left.
Living. Find that soul.
Oh, he moved at the last second.
Get that vehicle moving again.
That reach is fucking crazy.
Through the streets. Speed up.
My favorite time.
Here's this life.
Down to 30 seconds.
Oh my god! Should have stayed underwater, fellas.
Find that soul.
Oh, God.
The final 10 seconds.
No! God damn! No, GG. And everybody died.
Disappear.
The horrors I'll make for them in hell.
You can't tell me this isn't rigged. I'm doing the best? On a controller? I don't know. Bro, you can't even... What is this? What is this? Like, you can't tell me that doesn't... Bro, no, we're about to check. Bro, there's no way... Bro, we're on the same controller. I don't even want... This is nonsense. What the fuck? Oh, wait, was this his first... Oh, is this his first season? This is... Wait, no, he's been playing since 0. He could just be a casual player, actually, now that I think about it. No, it actually would be like that, yeah. And then this is probably the first time he's actually played comp, like actually played it. Because the first season, most people in season 0, they didn't play. So they just got straight bronze. Everybody did. Unless you got out of it. I want to say very hard back then to even get out of it, if you didn't know, because nobody knew what they were doing. But then the other season, he didn't play comp, or he chose not to. And then he did it again. And only this season, he chose to. I don't know, if you change your settings, even a controller cannot. It's not too bad. So I don't know. It's weird because Punisher was my first character, so my guy was just getting dogged on. Deal take. Halfway done with this. More than halfway done with this. Alright, I think I'm done for missions for now. I'm gonna do what I was gonna do before. Let me get every video pulled up.
In both.
Oh, no, that is a little bit too loud. Alright, second one. It's like 4 creators. I want to watch their videos and see what they have to say. One is Boger, 2 are Flats, and 1 is... Actually, I don't know the other guys, but I have it written down. I don't watch a lot of Flats, actually almost at all. But, actually no, sorry, one's memes, the other one's about 2 of the communities and different perspectives, and the other one is about a whole different subject. Because I want to see. Because I remember Flats at least when I was playing Overwatch. He had good takes, he had bad takes, but he at least knew how to do the right stuff. If that makes sense. So let me change this. No, I'm just gonna have to, I probably have to do it yeah, I'm gonna have to do it. See if it will do it this way. No, it will not. Okay, it's okay. We can just add this. Let's see if this will work. Let me just check. Oh no, it worked. Okay, we're fine. I just gotta wait until it, because I just changed it again. Alright, are we good to go? And if so, then yes.
Marvel Rivals and Overwatch, there's always been a lot of friction in different places. Should there be roll-off? Which is better, 6v6 or 5v5? Skins are unethical, cringe, and they kill.
Alright, I'm just gonna... Even back then, I actually enjoyed 6v6. I feel like when I played after they changed, because I stopped playing Overwatch and then I got back into it. I hate 5v5, bro. I was just trying to learn Sigma for like a second, because I haven't been on like since he came out, and then bro, people were telling me to kill myself. I'm not even kidding. It was crazy. I was like, bro, I don't play tank. I'm just trying to learn Sigma. I was like, at least trying to get one tank that I could learn back then.
All that sort of stuff. And one of these discussions is about support heroes and or players. We talk.
Oh, there's an ad. I'm gonna wait. Alright, I'm just gonna wait then. We're almost done. Just gonna wait him out. Okay. Oh, we're done. All right. I just want to check. Actually, let me just check if sound works, and then for at least the video. All right. How much delay is on this? I don't know why. At least for this video. Live stream. Okay, we're good. I just gotta. For me, it's loud. For you guys, it's not.
Lock, which is better 6v6 or 5v5, skins are unethical, cringe, and they killed my dog, all that sort of stuff. And one of these discussions is about support heroes and or players. We talk about a lot of different things, but supports seem to be the unrivaled king of controversy in the hero shooter space. In any hero shooter, it always seems to be the biggest discussion, talking about supports in some way, and the voices are loud on all the directions. Sure, there are bigger moments for DPS and tanks, but the size of the conversation or the volume of opinions is much smaller. From the pile of topics to talk about, support always seems to have a really sizable piece, and when we go there, usually it doesn't taste that sweet. You would think that people are more thankful for the players that keep them alive and going.
No, I wish. I would. The amount of times I play support, even when I don't want to, right? Because I'm like, oh, we're down to support. Oh my god, bro, nobody ever goes, even if you lose, you know, like I get it, you know, if you lose, everyone's annoyed, but it's like, bro, at least I upvote them or do something, you know. But like it's just the people who go like GG no heals and whatever. I'm like, bro, I wish there was a stat to tell you how much fucking heals I'm pumping into you, and I'm like, you're just shit. I'm putting that much into you, and what are you doing? I was like, are you a punching bag, or are you actually trying to shoot him? Like it could work both ways. It's very simple with that.
Basically devote their whole game for making yours better. People are grateful until you get to a point. In Overwatch 1, back in the day, supports were like divine beings who granted you with the privilege of playing a game with a support. It was like a barren wasteland where the DPS is the sand, tanks were the occasional bush or a cactus, and supports was the water that everyone needs but no one has. People would praise you like a king and forever be grateful for your selfless act of choosing to play as a...
That happened a lot in Overwatch. Oh my god, I remember just... I was playing Ana and Zen, and people are like, yes, we have a healer. Yes, just like praying. I'm like, okay, cool, guys. They were just nice, you know?
Supports. Until support got actually popular and people chose to play it on a daily basis without even touching the DPS or tank roles. All the praising and thankfulness turned into, where the fuck are my heals? Support is the easiest role of all time. Supports are pussies, and that type of stuff. The support player base grew from an endangered species into an invasive infection. That was a joke, but the amount of people playing support grew, and in result of that, the respect support once held turned into negativity and hate. The DPS and tank mindset turned from, oh thank fuck we have support, to, since we are losing this game, the only intelligent answer to that is the support differential, since they are...
That's always what it is. Oh my god. Bro, it's like nobody wants to play healer, but then when people do want to play healer, then it's like, let's blame our healers. And I'm like, how does that make sense?
getting healed so much, and I am not. That is what you want to say when you just got shit on as a DPS player because some sort of mistake that you made. It has become a stereotype at this point, usually a flanker whining about heals while they are 0 and 5, quote unquote, trying
The Spider-Man that's like all the way back here asking for heals as their supports are over here. I've actually had that moment where I'm over here, Spider-Man, Black, whoever it is all the way back here, and they're like, "Oh, heal me." I'm like, "How the fuck do you want me to? What do you want me to do? You want me to go over here, get out to cover so I can let it get jumped to heal you? No. You're on your own."
to distract them. It doesn't go just for DPS. All the roles blame each other in game now, have been always, and will continue to do so for the rest of eternity. But
Correct.
from my perspective
matter
as
the
a
game.
mostly DPS player, the biggest one receiving pointed fingers has been support throughout the 7+ years experience.
Not even the 7. Oh, if we're counting 7, what is it? 20, 25? Yeah. Overwatch 2018. Yeah, 7 years, or even more rivals. You want to count it? Everyone has since the beginning just blame heals. Like that's like the go-to. Like the last match I just had with Punisher, that makes sense. You know, he was like 0, like 2 and 11. It was him. Well, at least the other DPS, we at least tried. But it's like if you're that far off, no, you. And I'm like, I get it. You know, I saw his stats. I was like, you know, maybe he's learning. I got you. But then, you know, at a point, you also have to kind of go like, maybe I need to swap. Maybe I'm getting shit on by using this character.
So why? Why does support get so much shit thrown at them for usually just existing?
Because it's easy
Admittedly,
to throw
I
the
have
blame on them.
experience in blaming supports when my team is getting steamrolled, especially when I was younger. I loved to just shout at my supports for not doing their job. But did I analyze the gameplay? No. Did I try to take the moment from my support's perspective? No. Did I even try to have a thought process about anything?
Even when the healer thing was going on, like, people only wanted to see it like, oh, I'm this rank, so it doesn't matter. And I'm like, be on their shoes. And I don't mean like what Necros did. That shit was dumb as fuck. He was gonna get it anyway. He was what, a top 500 for Genji, and then like pro player or something like that shit, right? I was like, that's like me saying, oh man, like, fuck, bro, this 100-meter dash is hard. Man, if only, man, Usain Bolt doesn't know how it is. It's so hard, man. And Usain Bolt's like, guys, 100 meters is the easiest one. What are you guys talking about? I would hope that he beats, and then it's like, and then the whole thing is him going, oh, I'm going to try from going to bronze to up. The people were just telling him he's going to be hard stock in gold. Bro, they were just rage baiting. I don't know how he didn't see that. But it's like, then he went to go fight people, a top 500 basically, to go fight bronze players, silver, gold, and he kept going up until he finally got to his rank. And then it's someone who basically plays DPS, so he already knows the mechanics. It's not like he's like day one. Also, he was gonna get it regardless. I don't know why people didn't think that was gonna happen. That was stupid. But then also on the other hand, he did it after supports got buffed. So he didn't go through the pain of when you couldn't even defend yourself as a support. Nowadays, at least it's easier. At least if you're getting dived, you can heal and you're gonna like fight back. Before, no, you're getting dived. That's it. GG. Not including if he was playing Loki, the anti-dive here. Literally, he's made for anti-dive. I get the whole thing, but then but I get transforming into DPS because you eventually have to do it at least once or twice. But then it was also him more focusing on damage than DPS, and I get it. You know, no heal bot. You know, but it's like eventually you kind of have to go like you're kind of just doing more damage. It's like you're kind of going damage. Like that's your. But you're not healing. Mantis, I get it, because her healing is not that good, to some extent. Depends on the situation. So she has to fight so she gets her charge back. But Loki, no, he doesn't get his charge back. No, he just. I also hate that fucking lantern. Just the size of it. It's not or the hitbox of it. It's so small, and if you get the new skin, it's even smaller. I don't know why, or it feels like it is.
No, not really. It comes down to shifting the blame on someone else, when I myself played like it was my first time. When it comes to most games, the reason people shout at their teammates is because they feel something negative about themselves. Every single person who has ever played a hero shooter has blamed someone else without really thinking about what the issue actually is, because it's not really about the issue, it's about letting some steam out. It is so much easier to blame your team when you can see yourself being dog shit. It's hard to admit, especially in the heat of the game. Obviously, there are games your team just sucks 6-foot-long dig behind the back line. But most of the time, they probably are just playing their average gameplay, which by the way, got them into the same rank as you. It is not possible that you are so unlucky that in your game specifically, people always play like infants without arms. And even if that was the case,
I had some matches that were like that, but I had some matches where it was like we were curb stomping them. But then it's that weird thing. It's like, why? How is it I'm curb stomping them and it should be equal matching. That's what it should be. It should be like we're going back to back, hold, they lose. But it's like eventually it either comes to you're getting full stomped or you're not.
Wouldn't that say a lot about you more than anyone? I mean, I don't know, I'm just throwing out some ideas out there, of course. Usually it is the crying and screaming that gives your team a reason in the first place to stop trying because they aren't having fun anymore. The mute button is a powerful thing. Usually the ones shouting are the people who are talking so deep out of their assholes, it almost makes me lose faith in humanity anytime I have the pleasure to hearing them talk. We have all had that teammate who literally one step at a time walks into enemy team or behind them and lectures you on how the team should go in with him. How many calls did they give you about their engage? Yeah, have a blast trying to calculate that. Supports are so easy to blame because of their job. It's so simple, right? Just heal your team and that's that. It is the easiest thing to do in the world, especially in hero shooters. Just sit your ass down and heal me. That sometimes is true. In some games you can't just sit behind the team and push down the heal button. And bada bing bada boom, you win. But unfortunately, that is not every game. The premise of support is easy, just heal your team. But you can say that about any other role as well. DPS just shoot at the enemy.
Thank you. Like, it's easy. Oh, kill your team. Says the DPS not getting kills. You're not doing your job. Tank not peeling and not moving forward. It's the same, like, it's the same argument.
And tank just make space. There is so much more than just do this and do that. Support in paper does have the easiest job to do usually, but that can switch in an instant. 1 second you're all fine, and the next there is a horde of ninjas trying to assassinate.
Yeah, there's a difference from healing your team and then you're getting dove and attacked and everyone's focusing you and then it just becomes a survival simulator.
You. So what was a peaceful day
crazy.
healing your teammates turns into hide and seek with death on every corner. Support is the easiest role, but it doesn't mean the difference between the roles is that big. What I mean by that is the roles having similar difficulty scale, meaning the space to get value out of the role based on how well you play is almost the same. As with any role, support has a million different ways to improve and do things. Only the non-role specific ones like aim, positioning, game knowledge, timing are already important enough to justify supports having a high skill ceiling. Skill expression is very different based on who you look at. But when people say support are easy, it's usually not about that. People aren't talking about Loki or Lucio being easy. That title is more likely to fall on someone like Mercy, Cloak and Dagger, or Invisible Woman. What I personally think is easy about someone like Invisible Woman is the raw amount of healing and utility she has. For not that hard to hit shots, you heal a lot. On top of that, she has additional utility like double jump, invisibility, and a really big boom and an AoE damage circle. The easy part about this hero is the amount and efficiency of her tools. It just feels like this hero has so many levers to pull on when you play her. It feels like she has everything except damage. But do you really need that when you can blast heals like a maniac and in moments of danger turn invisible? And I didn't even talk about her massive ultimate.
I'll give her that. Invisible One's like an actual one that it's like you can't. Sure, you're pumping heals because she gets a shit ton, but you can't be stupid. You like positioning, yes, but it's like if you're getting attacked, you can dip out of there and just as long as you're not making footstep sounds and they hear you, you can get away. But she's only one of the few that can actually have that advantage.
And
also, I hate her ult. At least her and Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger still gets her ult very fast. I don't know, like even with the nerf, Jesus, it's so annoying. I once had a match where she got it twice, like back to back, and I'm like, are you kidding me? But besides that, it's not, I understand it. I just wish it didn't do so much to the point where, like, how to explain it? Because it can't get nerfed or buffed. But it's like, the best example is, let's say you're doing, I think the best one is Psylocke. Her ult sucks. You can't do the big play. You literally have to only use it, let's say, if you're going up against 1 or 2 people. That's how it really benefits. Because if you're trying to do a big play, one, I don't like that you can't control it. I don't like that you can't like focus someone, like unless you hit them first. But it's like, why can't I just? It should be by whoever I'm looking at first. in that general direction. So if I'm facing right, it's everybody who's on the right. If I'm facing forward, it's everyone. Like, it's like almost like a compass. So it's like if I'm facing north, everyone's getting attacked in north. If I'm looking slightly to east, everyone's east, south, and west. But she can get countered. Like, she gets countered everybody. Like, incredibly hard. Like, almost everything in the game counters Psylocke. Psylocke's ult. Like, it's crazy. Same with Wanda. Such a good ult, but everybody stops it. They should have never. They probably could have not done 100 extra HP. They could have done 50 HP, or they could have just given her with that 50 CC immunity, and then she would have like actually made a change with her ult. Because you only die from that ult if you're dumb and you jumped in there, you accidentally got like slightly touched by it and you died, or it's like one of those like clips of like you're brand new, unless, or if you get combat. But that one actually makes more sense. But everything else, no, you're screwed.
Ultimate type that Marvel Rivals support category is very familiar of. Huge AoE ultimate that is almost impossible to kill through, but it also makes you invisible. Yippee! All of these abilities and powers are pretty easy to use, and just doing something, you usually get a lot of things done. Shoot, use abilities, spam ults, and get massive amounts of value. It is easy to get value from, but it doesn't mean that it's not hard to play effectively or in the best way possible. On the other hand, there is the mechanical side of things. There is a picture of difficulty that everyone has about different characters in these games. You picture someone like Spider-Man or Genji as a hard hero to play, and someone like Jeff the Landshark and Moira being easy to play. Well, that absolutely is true. These heroes have wildly different ceilings in potential of power and expression, but it's not like the people getting into high ranks with these heroes aren't doing something exceptionally well. It's so easy to ignore the smart and good decisions they are making when they're playing an easy character mechanically. You can discard everything just because of the hero they play, and why it often feels frustrating for the supports is because they make good decisions, but that doesn't matter because they didn't get 3 kills on a Spider-Man ult. When DPS and tank players have the picture in their head that support is easy to play, and they don't play like rank 1 pros, it makes them mad because their role is easy and mine is hard. It's not fair. The mindset that...
Hey, hold on, what the fuck happened here? What? Y'all heard Wanda.
Support is easy
Y'all, did you guys
play, and they don't play like rank 1 pros. It makes them mad because they're...
Okay, I don't know what happened. They were just not trying to, I guess, stop it. I don't... That's okay, I guess that's one way.
Their role is easy and mine is hard. It's not fair. The mindset that tanks and DPS are allowed to make mistakes simply because they have more mistakes to make. And when support makes a mistake, yeah, let's skin them alive. What else would make sense in this situation? Some people think about supports as lounging parasites, sucking comp points from the actual good players in the team, and the whole mentality that I have to carry these brain-dead supports who have it so easy, getting into top ranks just by cleaning off the blood stains out of their teammates. The fact is, you don't really get to those high ranks by...
I'll give you an interesting example. Does the Marvel community think? I'll give you a real life example, not just a game wise. Do you think that in a time of war, nurses and doctors and even volunteers have an easy role? You can say like the soldiers have a hard job. I'm not saying not. Those fuckers, I mean, most of them are dying. But people don't look at it in the sense that, like, support, if you think of, like, the doctors and thing, they don't have it easy either. Like, especially if you watch the movie, like, just general movies and you kind of see the whole thing. Doctors don't have it easy. Nurses either. Hell, you can look at it like a job either. Not even like a war if you want to get into it. When you see nurses and doctors working, do you think they have it easy? Because their job is healing people. You think they just come in? They're like, just take some ibuprofen. Just dump that shit. You just need a little vitamin. You don't think they're working like 10, 12 hours, some like on call, or doing more and more? And DPS is like doing retail or like some other job. It's not, it's hard to just throw that attack at someone else and be like, just heal.
just playing a hero usually. There definitely are examples,
Fuck
but
Brig,
usually
fuck Brig.
that's not the case. Usually the support plays just as well as you, but you just love to get the blame on someone else, anyone else but yourself. And more often than not, it falls on the supports. And guys, please, let's not get it twisted. It goes both ways. Support players are capable of acting like entitled pieces of stinky poo-poo. It's not really about the role, hero, game, or anything. It always goes back to the individual, the person playing the game. That's why role wars are kinda pointless, because when we go deeper, it really isn't about this role or that role. It's about people getting salty in a video game. And the whole mentality of us versus them, DPS versus support versus tank. Can we stop? Let's not divide ourselves into these groups, because that will never end well. When
It's gonna keep going. We already lost that. It's not gonna get better.
either you win or I win, when that is the format, nothing will ever be resolved, and we will spin in this loop for the rest of eternity. When I personally play supports, it does feel like my responsibilities are smaller than my teammates, and the things I stress about in the game are smaller than DPS. And on some levels, it is true, it feels easier to play supports. But that doesn't mean there isn't times I feel the complete opposites. I play like hell, hit every shot, and because I played so well, I won the game. Or games where I feel like my team is horrible and I have to play extraordinarily well to get a chance of winning. There is no doubt that it happens, but I can say based on my own experience that it happens less on supports. I just feel like my responsibilities aren't as heavy and my job is easier. I don't know if that's the correct assessment, but that is my experience. What do you think about that? Is support easy to play, or is it more complicated than that? If you've watched this video to the end,
I think it's like a oh, shout out to Apina for the video. It feels like a gray area. So you're always gonna have matches where, like I've said it before, where you're getting curb stomped and when you're not. When you're getting curb stomped, healer's the easy job. You know, you kind of just shoo shoo, and then everyone kind of just does their thing, and you're just winning. But then you kind of finish the game in no time. It feels like you're playing almost against AI. When you're getting curb stomped, you're fighting for your life, trying to keep people alive, getting dove, attacked, harassed, everything in the book, while your team is both yelling at you, GG no heals, and like to the ladder, everything else. But then it's your fault. But you did everything possible to keep people alive. But your team didn't help you to help you in the back line because you're getting the shit beat out of you. This is before the nerf or before the buffs for supports. At least, like I said, it's a little bit easier now. At least, so you're not getting jumped as hard. And you could, like, I was playing Adam today. At least, like I was getting dove with that Captain America. Before I would have got my shit rocked. Now it's like, oh shit, let's go. I can shoot you, get my heals back, and just kind of keep going, get a health back, and we're good. And eventually he's gonna have to leave because if not, then he's not getting any use out of it. But then that's about it. It just depends on the match. It's also a big thing, but it just, I don't know. Especially this, you know. And then you have like, but then there's a difference between when you're getting stomped, and then you have like a dive that like insta kills you in like one combo, and you're like, ah, nice. And I get people are like, oh hell, I can just like one or tap you or two. Yeah, but like you have to hit the shot. I've seen the clips of Spider-Man where actually I saw when I got beat last time offline. He web clustered me. He zipped towards me. Also, the amount of the zip like towards people is absolutely broken. It's just stupid. I understand it, but I feel like it should be line of sight. So it's like if you're not looking out for someone, it should not just bring you to them like from like you could look somewhere else and still get zipped. And then there's that weird clip of Loki getting swapping, and then Spidey still like across the map follows you. I've seen it since I've been playing where if I'm Wanda and I go invisible or like I turn into a little orb, he still can get me. No, I think if he's doing that and I turn into that ability should either cancel out or it's done. Because you're not zipping to anything. I'm gone. I'm not even in that anymore. That or damage reduction, like because I blocked it. Like I try to counter it in my own way. Same thing with Magic. She goes into literally, I'm not even kidding, a portal to her dimension. And Spidey somehow can still zip towards her and get her. The uppercut, I understand it being an AoE. It's annoying. I saw someone put up an idea. I don't know if it was on Reddit or YouTube or Twitter. But it was like, it should be not a radius, an AoE. It should be a cone. And where it's more like, think of it like the letter V. So it's like whatever is in that direction. That's what it actually hits. Because it's line of sight. You're hitting that with an uppercut. Versus an AoE, because it still happens sometimes where, so that match was, a Spidey clustered me. He zipped towards me. He turned around because he's on PC, so it's easier in that sense for sensitivity. He uppercutted me, and he's behind me, or he has his back to me, but he uppercuts the other person. So he hit 2 people, but he's not even looking at me. It's an uppercut. It shouldn't be an AoE. It should be like Magic's dash. Not like a dash, but it's like it's hitting one. Also and then I'm not even gonna shit just on Spider-Man. Bucky's hook. It's like, bro, I feel like I'm fighting Roadhog all over again. But more in the sense that I don't think Bucky should be able to hook multiple people if he hooks one. It should just be one. I understand that. That's fine. I'm okay with if he hooks somebody and he takes them to the dungeon and beats them up. That's fine. That's cool. But him, like, I've seen him grab 3 people. How? Why? How is that fair? Next one is, do I want to watch Flats or do you want to watch Boger? Flats or Boger? You know what? I'll watch Boger first because I want to watch. Or sorry, Flats because I want to watch Boger last.
That was inevitable, man. That was always gonna happen. You see, Necros ranked up to Celestial as support. That was inevitable, man.
Thank you. And then he was gonna make it no matter what. It just doesn't make sense that he wasn't. It'd be weird if he didn't. Yes, the top 500 Genji player, if I'm correct, or whatever. Or literally at least in a super high rank, wasn't going to get high rank when he already did Immortal Rivals. And you don't think he's going to do it again. That doesn't make sense.
That was always going to happen. Not that surprising. Honestly, I think it's going to be probably worse now. Now there's like this whole... Now people are saying Tank Strike. I went and asked him.
Here's the weird thing. I remember... I saw that clip of the Tank Strike. That was just stupid. That wasn't even, I don't even know if that was rage baiting or that wasn't even, I don't think that was rage baiting. I think that was just him like, oh, you've already done this and this. Go do the other one now. That's just opportunity. Like they were gonna do that regardless. It didn't matter. Even if you failed the other one, they were like, oh, there's support.
What the went on with the Tank Strike thing? And apparently it's some out of context clip of him flaming Andrew, the Venom player, and they're just memeing together. But like obviously people were looking for shit to start. And you know what? Dude, I'm standing on business with this. I wasn't gonna, but now I am.
Oh?
If you know, you know. I don't know what it is about Rivals, but I swear to God, Rivals is like the gaming equivalent to LSF. If you know what LSF is.
LSF. Actually, I'm gonna look that up on my phone. I want to know what that is. Hold up. Hold up. Okay, I'm almost done reading this. Okay, from what I'm kind of getting, because it was just an XQC clip, because I don't know how much credit that is to it, but it's the equivalent of like, what is that called? It's like when people were making the radical feminist kind of thing. It's like that kind of group that's just crazy and just screams their opinion.
If you know, you know. All right? And I don't know what it is. I actually do know what it is. I do know what it is, actually. It's exhausting, though. Everyone's just drama farming. It's
drama
really
farming?
sad
Yeah,
how
100%.
fast this community has kind of gone downhill, at least in my opinion.
We're basically speedrunning Overwatch.
I'm thinking maybe I should have took a little more of an aggressive stance when Rivals came out.
Here's the weird thing. I remember him. Well, he's saying it now, like taking an offensive stance, but he knew how it was. Well, maybe he didn't know, but I feel like he should have known at least after everything in Overwatch when a new hero shooter came out. What was like at least when he saw, like, there had to be like flags of what was gonna happen. There's no way Flats, who actually knows a lot about when it came to Overwatch, didn't see things happening. Go, what's going on here?
I was thinking about this last night when I was going to bed. When Rivals came out, I was very much more passive. Kind of just, I wanted to be in the audience more as just like a spectator, but also still participating, right? Like making content, whatever. I wonder if I could have made more of a difference if I had pushed harder on certain things. And for example, Necros is innocent.
Bro, of course, everything falls. Turn on the fan. Cool, we're watching an ad in an ad. Alright.
Well, he is, but he isn't at the same time. It's not.
Even when the Necros thing happened, I'm also agreeing with this. He was innocent and wasn't at the same time. Because I'll let him say what he has. But how I saw the Necros thing was, when he said, "Oh, it's the easiest thing," like and they suck. First of all, just kind of rage baiting to begin with on that. Like that should have not been. It's how he worded that I was like, even if it was back in season 1, it still was worded very badly. That of course it was eventually going to be clipped for a different time. Like, it just made sense. It should have been worded more. Healers have an easier job role. However, there are times where their job becomes more skill-based, and they actually need our support so they can keep us alive. It's kind of like more like that. I'll try to see if I can word it a different way, but it's literally like, if healers are doing their job, they should be fine. Then, like, worst case, it is a support depending on what it is. But then it's like, hey, my healers are healing me. Okay, cool. But if you're doing X, Y, Z, and you're in the front, and you're in bad position even as a DPS, and then you're screaming at your healers to heal you, but you don't have line of sight, so they can't heal you, and you expect them to, like, move heaven and earth, it's just not going to happen. And then when you die because of your actions, and then you blame them, it looks kind of silly. It just looks kind of silly. Not gonna lie. Fuck Spider-Man.
Not his fault entirely, but there's other things too. I don't know why Rivals is like this. I do know why Rivals is like this, and I'll tell you my reason why Rivals is like this. But I feel like this whole game's culture is rage baiting and pissing each other off and clout sharking. I've never seen more clout sharks than I have in Rivals. Everyone's just trying to farm each other for content, starting drama, trying to like leech viewers, like by like getting like making videos about them or making other things. Everyone's doing it, right? Like obviously, like I'm a big streamer. I'm like a bigger streamer, right? I was like one of the biggest streamers in Overwatch. A lot of people know me as like quote unquote the Overwatch guy. I'm used to it, right? I don't really mind that much. But like you even see like the smaller like mid-level creators kind of all doing it to each other, right? You see all the TikTok creators doing it to each other.
Okay.
Dude, what the f is happening? And I'll tell you what's happening.
Views. I mean, that's how you grow in any community. It sucks, but it's views and numbers. It's the same reason why VTubers don't collaborate with other people, because if they don't have the numbers, then they won't collaborate. And people can say no, it's not. And I've said it a billion times. Who are the top streamers in VTubing? How expensive are their models versus the ones who don't have expensive models? It can't be all about entertainment, because then if the top people, for VTubers at least, are entertaining, then why aren't the low ones doing it? It's because of the model, because they go ooga booga, big boob. Oh, gotta go with the big one. Same thing with the male VTubers. Well, who's at the top? It's female. Why? Because the males are only very, very small percentage of it who actually make it big. The rest are very, very, very small and almost never make it to the middle. So it goes very big, but there's only like 2 of them. I think Let me see. Who? I'm trying to remember. I don't remember every single one. And there's 3 ads. All right, we're waiting. I guess I could still say it. Kenzo, one of them, male. I don't really count Porcelain Maid as one. I know it's a guy, but he's using a female model, and he knows why he's doing it. It's because of the model. Jiggle Physics, female. If not, he would have just picked a male model. Just made sense. If there's like, and then even the ones who weren't even VTubers, but literally because one was popular, and then it's so weird. Some streamers are like big only because their other friends boosted them up. Like I remember when people were like, "Oh, we're gonna do partner pushes, and we're gonna get." I'm so glad because we can now invite other streamers who deserve it to partner to push them up with numbers. Drop your link below and I'll raid you. So fucking bullshit, bro. They did that for views. They weren't ever gonna boost people up, and when they did, they only boosted people they knew. Who was it? Not Fillion. It's the VTuber's like purple hair. Bro, all she is just a sexual model. And then it's like, even though she makes art, sure, that's fine, whatever. But it's like, I literally, anytime I see the clip, it's literally her just being sexual, and then just ooga booga, boobs, and then like, that's it. I've never like, I don't think there's ever been a time I've looked at another, like very rarely a VTuber that was more about like content, gaming. I understand the screaming, that's fine, you know, that's all gonna hit. But it's like, if your whole thing is being sexualized, don't ever, I hate it. If you do it, don't be surprised when people sexualize you outside of it. You're setting yourself up for it. You are literally setting yourself up for it. But besides that, it's like, they're just known for being sexual. Like, that's their whole thing. And then they get mad if they get sexualized. Doesn't make sense. And you can be like, oh, no, they don't deserve it. They're doing it to themselves. It always starts with you. That action always starts with you, not the other people. Even before we get to the model itself. It's like, you can look at their profile, their art, sexualize, their fan art, sexualize, what they say and do, sexual. Like, it's just the same thing over and over. And that's how you grow as a VTuber, if you want to be female. That is literally the go-to. And people are like, oh, positivity, you know, all that stuff. And then people are like, oh, you know, to get up there, you need to be positive. And then it's not all about the numbers. You know, people collab with small people all the time. No, they don't. Most people never do. Almost ever. And then, I'm forgetting something so important to that whole, to grow thing. Numbers, VTuber. Oh, and then people say, oh my god, this is the one I hear the most. People don't collab with other people because they're trying to feel the vibe. I can counter that so easily. 1, people are like, oh, you feel the vibe because you play with them offline, but then they never invite you offline because you don't have the numbers, because that's the first thing they look at. That's why some people take their link off of that, so then they're forced to try to interact with them, like even if they're small, because then they look at the numbers and go, oh no, this person doesn't give me anything view wise, so I'm not gonna invite them. 2, if we're going to play the vibe card and go, oh, it's the vibe, so that's how I knew they were correct, and that's who I'm going to play with. That's literally the whole thing. What about Cinder? What was her vibe when everybody met? Well, I thought it was good. It's almost like the vibe doesn't matter, because people can change good or bad. It doesn't matter. So that's dumb. And 3, the vibe just means... And I see it all the time, and it's not because of it. Vibe is just a way for people to say, I don't align with certain ideas, and if you post those certain ideas, I will not play with you. That's all the vibe means. Because if it was really about the vibe, it was, hey, let's play X offline. I get to meet you for even a couple matches. Hey, I'm not really feeling it. You know, you're saying this, that, I don't like it. Or you're being kind of aggressive, blah, 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 you know. But you still played. You still at least tried. That's what a vibe is. I'll play with anyone. But if people do what I don't like, I just won't play with them. But I'm not going to be, I don't care if they're big or small. But at least I'm trying. The difference is I'll actually invite people and nobody joins. I'll make posts to play, nobody joins. you see a big streamer all of a sudden say, hey, who wants to join, even if, let's say, a community, and I get that after they make a community, but it's like, hey, let's play as a community, or even if they're big and they're not playing community games, and they're just like, hey, who wants to play this? All of a sudden, even people, like, it's not a community post, like, they literally just post it, and they go, like, oh my god, guys, who wants to play? All of a sudden, a million views, a billion comments, and who gets picked? You see it on the top. It's always the bigger streamers. It's the same thing, back and forth. Now, that was just a rant about VTubing, but, you know, people open their eyes, it's the same thing. It's the same thing over and over. It's big streamer, invites bigger streamer, and then they find bigger streamer, and then they keep looping it back. And then they never invite anybody else, or even if it's one, if they invite someone small, it's like, clout chasing. But then that person can't grow, because when they were small, they probably tried to find people who were also big, and did the same thing. Now they just don't want to get taken advantage of, but then they did it to someone else. Because if they grew by themselves, it would just be a solo stream. You would never invite other people. You always find, it's always they found someone who is slightly bigger than them, or even bigger, and did it. I just want to play. I just want to play rivals with people. I literally just have said that. I was like, bro, I just want to play rivals. It's fun. And nobody joins, and then I'm just,
I recognize all of it. All the disgruntled Overwatch people. Or not all of them, mostly. Blame the audience for falling for it. I think cringe culture. I think rage bait culture is cringe. I think it's cringe. I think it's become like the new thing, and I think it's like common with younger audiences. I blame rage baiting Spider-Man. They started it. You know what's funny? The rage bait Spider-Man guy, his videos are actually funny. They're actually legitimately funny, and it's not like he's like hardcore shit talking people most of the time. Although with time, I think he kind of started to a little bit. That's just like one small. It's a more of a collection, right? People see, oh, this gets lots of views. People do a ton with it, right? And it does really well. I'm gonna do it too, right? You know how I was just trying to get into the point. Let me finish my point with the Overwatch people, right? Most of these disgruntled Overwatch people, I would bet, have probably gotten either banned in Overwatch or gotten warnings in Overwatch or were tired of it, right?
Oh, that makes sense, actually. I remember a time where I just stopped caring about Overwatch. It was like almost at the end when I just actually stopped. I haven't played it in a while. I could actually check how long it's been. But where I left the game because we were getting shit on and I just didn't want to deal with it. I was like, I'm not having fun. So I left, and then the game's like, oh, you've been banned for, it was like 5 or 10 minutes, something like that. But it wasn't nothing crazy. I was like, okay, cool. Because I think it was on for like an hour, and I was like just having a really bad games, and I was like, I just don't want it. Like, I don't want to deal with this. I'd rather. And then it was only like, oh, you've been banned, or you were like, you know, for 5-10 minutes, and I was like, cool. Let me exit out. I have 300 games, and not even including like Wii games, GameCube games. There's any other game that's better right now. It doesn't matter to me. But then it's like him saying like, those people who actually did get banned, like for actually bad things or whatever they did, they just go to the next game, and then they bring everything that they brought from the last one to the next one.
Because Overwatch had a culture the last like year or so where people would get really mad. They would get banned in Overwatch quite often because the report system was very aggressive. And every other week there was a new post on Reddit or something saying that like, I got banned for saying nothing, like literally nothing. It was actually an example where somebody said they typed garlic bread in.
Oh. Just gonna mute that. Brother. All right, there we go.
A Blizzard employee hopped on Reddit and responded and said, actually, I looked at the ticket because the ticket number at the top is actually correct, but you inspect Elemented That's not what you said. You actually said this and posted the logs of
Nice.
what they actually said.
Based
And
on
said you
point.
just inspect elements of it to change it to garlic bread. And they trolled so hard, they made garlic bread a streamer mode name, a randomly generated streamer mode name in Overwatch. Peak cinema. But regardless, though, a lot of the toxicity over there is kind of come this way. And it's not really there at the moment. I went back and I've been playing a lot more, and all of a sudden it's been kind of nice. The rise of the TikTok and decline of education. Everyone loses the ability to think critically, and due to predatory algorithm and short-term content, that's why rage and toxicity is shitting on each other. Oh yeah, you're not wrong. You're 100% correct. I mean, even the tank strike clip, right? That's the point, though. Is like it gets views and it gets people's attention, and they feel power when they do it, right? You want to know what I think it is? Real talk. It's just become us versus them. I know the world's up right now. Like, things are really charged all over the place.
All over the place. Yeah, no, yeah. It's just constantly just has been a we versus them, us. It doesn't matter. I think I worked today. I literally told a co-worker, I was like, dude, I'm actually kind of glad you didn't join Rebels yet. It is a shit fest right now with dive and everything. It is a can. He's asking me legitimate questions. He knows nothing about hero shooters. Like, he just works. He's around my age, but he just works. He's asking me a question. I was like, what about can they nerf them? Can they buff them? And I was like, yes, no, but then it becomes a whole issue. And then he's like, what if... He literally basically explained to me, he's like, but what if, you get incentives for playing, in this case it was like talking about supports. What if they get an incentive for this? And I was like, yes, but here's what happens, because I think Overwatch did that, where you play that role, or you play whatever character because it's giving you, in this case it would be probably Corona tickets, and then you literally swap off it or you never touch it again. Or he's like, oh, and then he explained, he's like, oh, okay, so what if people were in a box and that's what they had to play. And I was like, okay, you're basically, and I told him, I was like, okay, so you're talking about what role queue was in this and from this game. And what would happen was, if you had two shit tanks, two good DPS, or two, anybody could not swap to that because they were stuck in these two roles. So I could have a shitty tank and not do anything about it because I didn't queue for that. Unless you're a flex player, but even then, kind of, you're still gonna get thrown into something. Versus in more Rivals, if my tank is fucking sucks, my DPS is RA and can handle it, and my supports are doing their best, I can swap the tank. Or if I need to swap off DPS, go to support. Or if I see that my tank just needs another one, go back. Or if each one can go back to which one.
No matter where you sit, right? But think about how fast Rivals evolved. It became class versus class. It became tank players versus support players versus DPS players.
Mm-hmm.
It became individual players, right? Like, I play Magneto versus Spider-Man.
Oh, and then, oh my god, I remember I was talking about supports, and then he was like, oh, if they're having such trouble, what if, they swap off so they can basically beat the other character? And I'm like, oh boy. I was like, you're getting into a really tough territory, and it's called what I heard and called myself Counterwatch, where it's they're playing this, so I'm swapping to this, so they're not going to have a good time. They don't get to play the game, or they're forced to swap, and then they're going to swap to something that counters me, and we're going to go back and forth and back and forth. And I think because Rivals is eventually going to have so many characters as time goes, eventually it's either going to be Counter Rivals, I guess, or if there are just too many, eventually, I think, right now, a big problem is Spider-Man. I fucking hate him. You can control it or not, he's just annoying. But it's I know he's annoying, but I know as time goes, it's gonna get less annoying. Because then, let's say Namor, he's a super anti-dive. Wand is okay, but she can get fucking crumbled if there's too many dive. But then eventually, and then let's say you're in comp, you can only ban a couple. Eventually there's gonna be more and more anti-dive characters, and then it won't be so bad. But if they have too many dives, then it's ugh. But then at least with more anti-dives, then more skill level should at least not complain, but their life should be a little bit easier. Not including if supports get buffed, so where they can actually kind of fight back.
Became hero based. it became Lord portrait based. Like you don't have a.
I hate the lore portrait, bro. I still don't have one because I'm not a like. I don't like just spend thousands and hundreds of hours on a character. Like I actually try to go around. I have like right now, Hela was the first Centurion, and then I stopped. No More and Star Lord, and then I am doing Adam Warlock now to get him more up because I want Ultron to be my first Lord. That's because I want fuck all the mutants. You know, I want to be like Ultron. Fuck all the mutants. Fuck the Avengers. I want to be Ultron. But it's like, unless he sucks, then I'm gonna have a hard time learning him. But you know, it is what it is. I already kind of committed to it, so he's gonna. Hopefully, he'll be my first Lord. But it got to a point where people, and you still see it, where people like click a character first because they're like, I want to learn or whatever, and then the other person will like show off 4 to 5 lords or swap to the lord that they're on or the character they're on because they have a lord on it, and all of a sudden that constitutes as like. I was talking to the same buddy that it's like that constitutes as like you're better at it. That doesn't make sense. If you did Conquest before it got nerfed, you could get Lord in like almost no time at all compared to like if you just did it regularly. Because I did Walk through Quick Play. If that's like me saying I'm a bigger fan of. I'll say Flats in this scenario. I'm a bigger fan of Flats because I watch him more. But all I did was leave a stream on 24/7, and I never watched anything. Am I a bigger fan because I have more watch time? No, that's a Lord portrait. They put more hours in, but did they actually learn the character, or are they just putting hours in and just doing the bare minimum to just speed run it? Because it's possible to do that. Then you're not learning the character, and then Lord doesn't matter. But some people literally did farm Lord like the correct way, while some people just speedrun it, and then that was it. Like they didn't actually, you know. So it's very easy to just be like, oh, Lord portrait, oh, scary. Are they actually good, or they just fucking suck, and then just speedrun it?
Lord portrait, you're not. You don't know what you're talking about. If you do have a Lord portrait, you know everything. I became ranked based, and then you also had a rank inflated rank system too.
Here's the thing about rank, or the rank thing is, yeah, if you're this X rank, don't talk to me because yes, and I've seen it before. I've done it too. It's a problem, and I you know, I need to work on it too. But the rank inflated, I would rather have a game where how it was before, where everyone was rank inflated, but at least it was decent. Because right now, like, I haven't touched comp in weeks. I think it's like since it started. Because gold is Grandmaster. And I get it. I just don't want to have in gold sweating my ass off. At least when it was inflated, it was like everybody was out of it. And let's say I did get D-ranked to gold. I'm fighting gold players. And then they're getting stomped. But then it's also like the game goes like, okay, we're going to give you more points. You shouldn't actually be here. So they put you in the other one. And then you keep going until you're actually in a rank where you're losing and winning. But it's like at least in the middle. Versus like now it's like gold, but I'm fighting like 4 Grandmasters. I don't want to. I don't want like a simple game like that to be so fucking like it's not even if it's competitive. It's like, but then it turns into not actually skill based. It turns into who's getting stomped and who's the stompy and who's the stomper. It's both, and then nobody has fun. It's because then it just turns to a weird 50-50 where like a team sucks and a team is good. Or differentials, or people start throwing. So it's like, nobody's having fun. So it's like, I just don't want to get competitive. I'd rather just get de-ranked. Hell, I already got the one little rank, or the little badge that says I hit Grandmaster. I'm okay with that. If I go back to, you know, go bronze, so be it, whatever. I got the badge. I don't care. That was it. Everything else is just skins and playing the game, because eventually just becomes a hassle. Like, even when, for me, I admit it, when I play with people, when I actually do try to, like, just join other people, because no one, like, when I invite people don't join, I'll join, like, randoms or whoever, I'll play on an alt account, because then I can actually learn a character, and at least have fun, unless you weirdly get people who are Grandmaster in those lobbies, then I'm just like, why is that happening? Like, that shouldn't be, especially if you're, like, on a low account. If you're on a low account, you should not be, it should never give you anyone high above. That's weird. Because I've seen it. And then it sucks because let's say, like, I can't, and I have to do it because let's say I'm playing with someone. If I'm playing on the account, I'm GM, and then they're just starting out. They're fighting against people who are like who already know what they're doing, or even let's say diamond or higher, and they're gonna just shit on them because they're an easy kill because they don't know what they're doing. And that's not fair to them.
So like, you had a lot of people that were on the high end of the rank spectrum with the very classy title of Grand Master. So you have a lot of people that are talking very, very like they know what they're talking about, but quite frankly, don't. Then you take that tribalism a little bit further, where they were fighting other games, right? Like Rivals community was going after every game under the sun. They went after Overwatch really hard. They were going after like Apex. They went after Valorant. They went after Fortnite a little bit actually.
Look, you're not actually gonna get anything done by.
Oh my god! I'm just gonna. I just want to watch.
Like going around picking fights with everybody when Rivals was at its peak back in like December, January, right? And like being like, "Oh, these games suck. Look at the Rivals; they're so much better." So it was just lashing out all over the place, and now it's like spun out and it's kind of become a little smaller, right? Kind of up, but it's exhausting. Normal human beings playing the game don't care. Normal human beings playing the game do care though, in some way, because what they experience is the toxicity of it, right? And so if you queue up a random game, your chances of getting flamed in Rivals are 10 times higher, I think, than, say, in Overwatch, for my example. I don't know.
I haven't played Overwatch in a while, but last time I played, it was super toxic. But I have heard a little bit that it's a little bit less now. It's a little bit calmer, and I think it's because those people who were there transferred to Rivals now. So that community is a little bit more tame now versus how it is here.
I don't know about other games as well, but like I'm going to use what I've got.
I mean, I thrive off toxicity. I'm okay with it. I don't care. But it's like, I feel bad for the people who like get fucking like decimated, and either they're new to the game, they're kids, they're adults who literally are like the actual meme of like dads of 9 to 5, or even more, and then they work, have a hard day, and they just want to have fun, just a little fun before getting fucking curb stomped, and they're like, all right, this isn't fun. It's like, that's just, what are we doing at that point? Versus like the teens who are just super toxic, they can fucking shit on, that's fine. But then it's like, these people who are the actual casuals, they're the ones who suffer. The game suffers overall because of that. Because if they leave, we don't have a game. As much as people go like, oh, skill issue, or like they're the top whatever, if they leave, the game will die. Because I know, not Flats, I'm not going to call it Flats, but it's like, if Flats is like, let's say the top, whatever, and he's not going to put all the money into the game. He's not going to be the one person to like uphold the whole game. He's going to have to work a billion times harder just to do that. Versus if the casuals are also playing, they're buying the skins, they're having fun, and everyone's having fun. But it's like, if the top want to fuck with the bottom, then they're going to just leave. And then we won't have a game. And then we're going to have to wait another years, or the game's just going to die. And like, you're going to be in like how people complain, oh, I'm in Roku for like 10, 20 minutes. Maybe next time don't shit on the lower players. Maybe they want to have fun and learn too, and get to a higher level.
I'll tell you this. You know what I noticed from playing Overwatch the last week? A lot of my female audience was showing up to Overwatch streams again. Right?
Oh, cool.
I noticed like I don't really see them that much during Rivals, right? I respectfully disagree. I get flamed way more in Overwatch. God, like you still do, or is this an old feeling? Because if you're talking, you know what? Hang on. I don't think you're incorrect, but I want to provide context.
Incoming.
Oh.
So I watched this video the other day. Flats reacts to I'm done with Marvel Rivals for now. It's from a video from a creator named Spylo. Very good creator. Awesome dude. You should go check him out if you haven't.
Already.
I want you to read this. I find the community to be a lot worse state than the game. To be honest, I've never seen such a spiteful community that goes out of their way to antagonize each other. And if you keep going through these, you'll actually see people that bring up Overwatch. Oh. No, this is not the one I was thinking about. There's another one in here that talks about Overwatch. And talks about how it was old Overwatch, right? And how it's just as toxic as Overwatch is. But like, it's outdated info. You know what I mean? It's outdated info. It's not totally like that anymore. And like the report system in Overwatch is aggressive. like you will.
I think when I saw, I don't remember how aggressive it actually was back then, but I know it was like to a certain extent. But I remember when I did it, like even when I reported people, like it just nothing happened. So I got flamed in stadium for not staying in the air as Mercy. I said I don't play Mercy and was going for the MVP title. I was told to go play Quick Play. Oh.
If someone types,
I don't read the comments because as a big streamer, you don't get to read a bunch of them all the time.
You in Overwatch, like types at you and you report them, like let's say they like you piece of shit, and you report that, you are waking up the next day with that thank you for reporting message. It is coming. I promise you. That shit is.
I will say the reporting system at Rebels, I love it because, dude, the amount of people I've actually got muted or got thrown off, like they don't get to play comp. So many. The cheaters I've caught, it's so fun.
It's mean.
I was playing a game in Bronze and started getting flamed in the pregame only for playing Adam.
Right now.
Damn.
Regardless, not the point. I don't want to go on Overwatch stuff.
It's Blizzard through versus 90s. Blizzard has Overwatch and WoW. Yeah, he has gone up their brands. Someone told me and my other support to off myself, and they haven't been punished whatsoever in Rivals. Evidence. I doubt he's lying. I doubt someone came into a stream and said that, and I believe that. I believe that.
I wanted to go on, just in general, like, people are not stupid. Like, they see it, right? Like, people have social media. They have TikTok. They have Twitter, right? That shit comes across their feed, and, like, yeah, they don't engage with it. Yeah, they don't really give a but when people sit back and watch shit like that all the time, they're gonna be like, sit back and watch.
I literally stopped playing Overwatch partly in part because of those ridiculous mutes and bans for completely innocuous things. I was terrified of losing my account, and I have spent a not significant amount of money on Overwatch.
Watch shit like that all the time, they're gonna be like...
I like to type GG, bots when my team gets stomped in Quinn play. For someone who wanted to try Overwatch for a sense, Steamer.
Why is everybody so whiny? Why is everybody like, what are these videos? Like, what is this, right? To say it has no influence, I think is untrue. These kids didn't grow up in the MW.
People just can't lose anymore because they act like they know so much and it's just worse than Rivals.
2 lobbies on the 360. Okay, first off, listen, I grew up in those lobbies. I was that age. I don't think that should be a flex. Second off, the part you're kind of missing is you didn't record the lobby and then hop on TikTok to then like talk about it and make it a big issue, right? And like shit talk people and like blow it up. Like once the lobby was over, it was over because nobody saw it, right?
That's funny because I don't think I've gotten that message a lot since I've moved, even when I've been shit talked, but that might be because I've had different talking in Japanese or Korean. Is the only time it is when it happens in English. I may be guys got myself, but I feel that way.
So like I understand where you're getting at, but it's in a lot of ways actually potentially worse.
Rivals was great for that because if we stomped in Quick Play, I would type chat check. It's just one of those if I was feeling toxic. You should swing around as Spidey when you're discussing stuff like this much more than shitting bots.
Because it will get amplified way beyond whatever that interaction was, right? In this case, the quote tank strike thing. We're talking from what I was told, an out of context clip between two friends flaming each other, used as a spark to start more drama for more views and to chase those views. And it's just like, what in the are we doing? What are we doing? I won't lie. Got one. Normally, I do think that like the us versus them mentality really is stupid, especially with like people say like creators ruin like streamers ruin games. Like that's like a new thing people believe now. Like there was like I remember like during the beginning support strike thing, there was some unhinged TikTok saying.
The thing about the streamers running games, that's a gray area, because yes and no. Because before it used to be like, you played a game at your own discretion, you check the reviews after a while, and see if it was worth to buy it, or sometimes you would just buy the game on an impulse, see if you liked it, and then, you got the experience from it. I'm talking about all, I'm just talking about just if you buy a game. Now it's like, you got like people who buy it early who have like a bunch of money, and they're going through like everything about it, and they'll tell you everything. Literally, like a day, the game will be done, and then like by that time you already know if it's even worth it.
Like Necros ruined Rivals, Fortnite or Ninja ruined Fortnite. It's like,
I don't know about the Ninja one. I don't think I knew much about that. The thing about Necros ruining Rivals, I don't think he did, but I know he played up like the last. It's like the thing that broke the camel's back. He was just the last thing that was said, like right before people were like, "All right, it's over, we're done, we're annoyed." That it was just like even a big streamer kind of just talking shit in the way where people already get shit on enough in support, so people are just kind of over it.
What in the world? But I think there is a little bit of accountability to potentially be had among every creator.
Hello. Yeah, that's one of the deviants. I just formed.
But why is there always an ad? There you go.
In Rivals, for just constantly rage baiting, constantly drama farming, constantly wanting to start shit for views, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of dumb. It's sarcasm though. It's really not. It's like veiled sarcasm. It's like getting in an argument with somebody online, and then when you start losing that argument, or if they make a really good point and you can't say something bad, that you just go rage baited.
That's exactly what it was.
It's like, no, you didn't actually believe that when we started. You didn't believe that. You're just trying to win. Yeah, it's just a prank, bro. That's the new version of It's Just a Prank. Schrodinger's asshole. Yeah, Schrodinger's ballsack.
Just a prank, bro. Just a prank.
You know what?
Or like my old coworker used to say, it's just a jokey joke. Why are you getting so upset? It's just a joke, guys. Come on, it's just a little jokey joke.
I think that's even worse when you have a season like Season 2 of Rivals. I don't think Season 2 is like that good. Like, I think there's issues with it, right? And when you have a culture of rage baiting, quote unquote sarcasm, quote unquote like all this other shit, like how do you expect to solve those problems? How do you expect to have like a good discussion and get everyone's point of view, right? Because like, let's use the support strike as an example, right? Everyone's saying like, you know, you guys kind of started it, right? It was like, oh, you know, you guys are targeting us as supports. And it's like, okay, like it was a little bit misconstrued. It was more about like the toxicity and more about Dive being strong.
Correct.
Like, not being appreciative of supports, right?
The main goal wasn't about it being them getting shit on, but it also did. Here's the problem not with him. It was about Dive being a problem. Was it? What are you saying? Hold on, let me make sure.
Like, okay, like it was a little bit misconstrued. It was more about like the toxicity and more about Dive being strong, not about like people not being.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was a lot about disrespect and Dive being a problem, and those two things.
Appreciative supports, right? It was kind of like the message wasn't packaged properly. Someone kind of needed to like break it down and open it up and be like, "Hey, what's going on?" But instead, then it became like a challenge.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew that it got rage, but it's so easily into a challenge. It was never about like, oh, this Necros can't get to this ring. No, of course he was going to. That was just stupid. But he didn't want to talk about it. He was just like, oh, you know, it's just oh, they're challenging me. He knew what he was doing. He's not stupid. So he literally made it into a challenge when there was nothing about the actual easy role of getting to it. He knew he could get to it, but he made it more about that than trying to actually answer the issue on the table. And then he just amplified, if anything, by him actually reaching the rank. It actually just it didn't help. It actually made it worse, because then people, now you'll see in lobbies people shit talking healers more, probably as I go. I'm going to keep track of it. People are talking more shit about the healer, saying, oh, come on, you have the easiest role. That's what it's going to be now. Oh, you have the easiest role. Like, come on, Negros did it. You should be able to do it. It's the easiest role. Come on, guys. You should already be top 500, or you should be already Grandmaster and above. It's the easiest role.
The person they were attacking, and now, like, you don't know what like you expected. Of course, he was gonna to Celestial, like, as long as he has the mechanics. Like DPS is the role that can get to the top ranks on all things. Like support or tank is harder to get to like let's say an Eternity tank player, an Eternity support player. It is harder for those players to hit Eternity on DPS than it is for a DPS player to hit Eternity on tank or support. Just because mechanically they already have a leg up, right? Then it becomes a challenge, and then what's going to happen is that they're going to answer the challenge and they're going to win, and then either the goalposts are going to get moved, which is what happened, or people are going to get like upset and take their ball and go home, and they leave and they just peace out, right? It feels like it just went to shit so fast. I think it's the competitive nature that makes people mad.
He should have just never taken the challenge. He should have just tried to explain, or like, even if it was an old clip, he should have just talked about it, the whole issue, for like a couple hours, rather than just kind of going like getting the clip, double down on it, and then make it a challenge. That didn't help. You because then all you're doing is now you're, even if you don't want to, you're basically agreeing with the old clip of himself and then going with it. You double down on it. That didn't help. And then it literally is going to become a thing now. It's like, oh, you have the easiest job, dude. Just heal. Knickers did it. Come on.
From time to time, I mean, you can have a competitive game and not have the culture be what it is. You can have a competitive game.
Literally proved the point right here. See? All the support players in shambles that he went above and beyond their peak with minimal effort. LOL. Literally becomes toxic. This is the normal average going to happen, and then they're going to send it to the support players, and then it's going to go back and forth, and we're not going to get anywhere. We're not. And then, like, this doesn't even help. I'm all for toxicity, sure, but this doesn't help. This is just going to cause more problems for other people now. Because it's like, people read this, or in general, and then they're like, all right, now we can do it to other people because it was okay. It was acknowledged. It doesn't matter. Necros was okay with it. People are just gonna use Necros now as like a martyr, being like, "Oh, it's so easy. He did it. Why can't you do it?" And it's like, yeah, but I'm not spending 1 billion hours on a game. He is. That's his job. His whole job is play this game X amount of hours. Don't stop. Get views. Repeat. A lot of us have to work. We're not on the job. We're not on the game all day, playing for money. So when we're finally on, the gap of actual gameplay is going to be small. Like, I'll play a game for like 2 hours max nowadays. Max I'll play for 4, even when I stream. But I'm not going to be playing for 4 hours. I'll play different games. I can't play a game forever like that. I get burnt out. Even I do. And I don't get burnt out. It takes a while for me to get burnt out, to be honest.
And not have the culture be what it is. Why is everybody saying you're calling out Necros? I'm not calling out Necros. I'm saying that, like, the entire culture of this game right now has become, it's become this weird, like, rage baity, but also like clout farmy, drama farmy group. You know, we used to have a saying for it in Overwatch. When people were bored, you could tell it was a bad season of Overwatch by the amount of drama that there was in the community, right? Like, you'd see like some random, if you're in nowhere, you would know. You'd see some random, like,
I have seen, at least now, I don't like how Rivals is going right now. One with Dive, I think they introduced Dive too early to begin with, but besides that, we're at a point, I don't know if it's the rank inflation, I don't know what it is, but it's like, even I'm not having I still have fun, but I'm not having as much fun as I did when I first played. For me it was season 0, but then season 1 is really when most people kind of started. But like, I had fun in season 1. I lost, I had fun, I won, I had fun. It didn't matter if I was getting shit on, I was having fun. But it's like, now it's like, nah. Especially like, I think Dive is a big thing that like immediately threw me off. I was like, I don't want to deal with this. Because I remember in Overwatch, I remember the Dive, I hated it. I was just like, bro, I can't. I was like, I just want to have fun. I just want to play. I don't want to get jumped by 5 fucking people and get fucking beat in the shower. Like, it's just not having. We're not gonna have fun. We're not.
Metro drama, right? And you're like, what the f is this? Like, why the hell is everyone talking about this? And it's because everyone's bored as shit. I think Rivals takes that and like takes it 10 times harder. You know? No. I'm not saying Necros isn't cloud farming. There are people in this community though that do that. I'm not saying you're misconstruing what I'm saying. I'm talking about multiple issues at the same time. I'm talking about rage baiting, and I'm talking about everyone getting mad, but like, for example, with the Necros one, using the support one, right? The support clip, the original support clip was like a season 1 support clip used in season 2, and now there's quote unquote some tank strike one that's starting, and it's apparently an out of context clip, because I went and asked him myself, some out of context clip between him and Andrew, right? But it's like, they get views, people want to start shit. That's rage baiting. It's not him rage baiting, it's other people rage baiting using him, right?
Yes, that's basically, yeah. Do you believe that if Ramos reverse comp changes / system that would fix everything wrong with the season? Damn. I feel like I answered. I feel like I was already talking about that, but I feel like it would. I feel like even if people aren't in the right rank, at least they're fucking happy. Like it was decent. You know, sure you'd have games, you know, but it's like no one, people less complained, and it was all right. Sure, you still have to make changes about the heroes, but at least like the rank thing, that was a big thing. Because honestly, looking at it before the fucking support thing, bro, supports really did have it hard, bro. They got like no points to rank up. Like they had to work like double time just to get a couple points DPS made, and they're still getting shit on. They didn't have the buffs they do now, and then people still complain that like their healers didn't do their job or blaming them for everything. It's like, bro, nobody wants to play combat at that point.
But there are creators there's a lot of people that like are just kind of huge clout farmer or clout chaser or clout sharks, right? And they like want to like use each other for drama or for views or to like start shit. And that's why I use the
bro, I hate this. Come on.
LSF. It's like gaming LSF, right? It's crazy. And it's weird. It's weird. I don't know why it's like that. I don't think I'm the only person who feels that way, though. And I do think there does need to be a little bit of accountability on, like, everyone. I never appreciated the community, the content community of Overwatch as much as I did until right now, right? Like, it's weird. Like, yeah, everyone in Overwatch doesn't always love each other, and, like, not everyone's, like, best friends.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, everyone has, like, some level of respect for each other, right?
Yes.
Like, there's no, like, hardcore drama farming. There's no, like, hardcore, like, you know, like, oh, trying to start shit for views. Like, if you just don't like someone, you just kind of, like, don't interact with them, and you, like, parallel move on, you know?
People stand their lane.
The other night when I went to bed, I wonder if I was more aggressive in the beginning of Rivals. Could I have helped not have that happen? Because they're like...
I wonder. I kind of...
And I think it's like...
Oh, we are... Oh, whatever where I was.
They existed. They were there. But they weren't... Okay, right? Let's think of it this way. Let's say you have a room with 1,000 people in it, right? And them, and you like...
Yeah. Wait, how far are we?
Parallel... Not have that happen. And I like... said anything against it early on. You know? Like, nobody... doubt it? You're probably not wrong.
Wait, how bad is it if I speed it up that way it doesn't feel like...
You're probably not wrong, but there was like nobody that like called it out.
This is faster.
But if into it if you did, I'm not wrong. I feel like we did... I feel like we did a lot of good with Overwatch over the years. Like, there was a lot of shit that had problems. I'd say it's fair to say we had a decent hand in making sure that those didn't become bigger problems. And, you know. I'm still confused on what attracted Rivals such a toxic community from the get-go. Well, hang on, that's not true.
I think at the beginning it wasn't that bad, but I think it eventually became... A lot of people got burnt out in COD, Fortnite, Apex, if you want to call Paladins. I'm trying to think. Dead by Daylight. Any other game that people got burnt out, annoyed, whatever it was, and they were like, oh, a shiny new toy. Let's go play this. But they brought everything how they were as a person to that. Doesn't matter if they were good or bad people. It doesn't matter. But it's like, they brought it. And even if they were good people, they're bringing all the depression, all the pain, and everything, and then they're getting annoyed, and they're bringing they're literally like, if you work in retail, it's like the customer who comes in and is already pissed off, and you haven't even said hello. If you work in food, it's the customer that literally is starving and is hungry and hangry, and he literally just got to the restaurant and he hasn't even ordered, or he just ordered and he's already mad at the server. If you work in construction, it's the person who just woke up at like 8 in the morning and is already yelling at you because you're doing construction work. Like it's that person.
Right? Rivals community from the get-go was not like that. They existed. They were there. But they weren't... Okay, right? Let's think of it this way. Let's say you have a room with 1,000 people in it, right? And there's 10 people who are assholes in the 1,000 people, and everyone in the room is talking at the same time.
You won't notice them.
Assholes.
You won't notice them.
Everyone's talking at the same time, right? You can't really notice the 10 people. Like, you might see them if you're around them, but not really. Now, take that 1,000-person room and drop it to 100, and the 10 people are still there. It's much easier to notice 10 people being assholes among 100 people than it is 10 people among 1,000, right? You have to also remember, Rivals came out at a time where most games were hurting. Apex was hurting. Overwatch was hurting. Valorant was hurting. Help me out here. I'm sure there's some other games that are hurting. Destiny was probably hurting. There's COD. Oh my god, COD was in the shitter. R6.
Oh, dude, COD was in a rough moment.
Okay. A little bit. Point is, though, right? You have all these people from all these different games, and they're all burned out on their other game, and they find something new to play, and it's supposed to be like the best new thing, but they don't even realize why they were burned out on their other game. So they play this new game. Well, what happens? Everybody wants different things. Different communities are meshed together. Some communities are more aggressive than others. And then you take into the aspect what I was talking before, where if everybody wants different things, how do you get your side listened to? Well, people start banding together. They start talking about, oh, tanks were like, tank players know stuff. Oh, the DPS players, the support players. Then it comes down to individual, like, oh, I'm a Spider-Man player, like Spider-Man, and then like people are like Spider-Man players, right? And then it comes down to like Lord portraits. Or like, you don't have a Lord portrait, you don't know what you're talking about. Or you know you're a Lord portrait. People are like, oh my god, yeah, I have a Lord portrait. I have this many hours. Don't talk to me. I know what I'm talking about, right?
Sounds about right.
Also, people call it rank egoing, where it's like, you know, they have that grandmaster type flat circle. It really is. I know, but it's like those people get more and more and more aggressive. They want their way. They don't feel like they're being listened to. And then combine that with people that are maybe not having as much fun. They start talking about like, hey, I'm not having as much fun. Whatever's going on. And some people shout them down. I'll give you an example. Right here. This video when Spilo released it was like back here in March, and he was talking about like season 1.5 going into season 2, and people were basically like, well, if you don't like to play the game, if you don't like the game, don't play it. Shut your goddamn mouth. So you don't.
That's such a stupid mentality. I don't like this in the game, therefore leave the game. But that doesn't solve anything. Or like if someone tells you that, like that doesn't solve anything.
You don't even want people that have good feedback. And then you take it the next step, where then if you do have good feedback and you get people that get in an argument, somebody starts losing, they start going, oh, I was just rage baiting you. And then it starts...
That's how you know someone's... It's the same thing of like, you're losing the argument, therefore, if... I see it in Twitter, in politics, it's, oh, you're a racist, you're a homophobe, you're a transphobe, you're a xenophobe. It's just throwing the buzzwords out, and like, it's like, alright, so you're losing the argument, that's all you have, because you don't have anything to, like, actually defend your point. Like, you have such a strong defense against your point, but when someone challenges you, all of a sudden, you got nothing. In the video game world, it's, oh, you're bad, it's skill issue, get good. At least in Dark Souls, it made sense, because literally get good was both attack, but it also told you, like, no, you actually have to learn what you're doing wrong to get better. You can't just beat the boss with a stick and not do anything else and pray and hope that you don't die.
We have a whole rage bait culture, and then everyone starts getting mad at each other, trying to farm each other for content. You see the problem I'm trying to articulate to you. It's a long timeline, right? It's way too complicated to say it's one thing or one person or one whatever or one incident, but it's all the things that are put together. I think unless Rivals, and I mean every person in Rivals, whether it's community creators, whatever, kind of puts the brakes on what is happening, I think you're going to turn people off to this game long term. I don't think it'll die or anything, but I think it'll probably develop its own community that comes in for new heroes and stuff, and then immediately leaves.
Yep.
And the hero shooter genre is one of those genres where if you don't keep up with it, you get left behind very quickly. And if you have a group of people that are playing it all the time and getting a lot better, and you have a group of people that are the quote casuals that are supposed to be coming in and coming out consistently, and that's supposedly your core community, and they are going to be left so far behind in the long term, and you combine that with a community that maybe doesn't feel as welcoming to them, but it feels like, you know, you probably aren't gonna have a great time, they're not gonna play the game as much, and that gap is gonna get wider and wider between the people who play all the time and the people who don't really play at all. And the larger that gap becomes, the more daunting it is to load up the game again, meaning that they're not gonna play the game after a certain amount of time because they feel like they're too far behind. It happens in Overwatch, and
that's exactly what happened in Overwatch. I'm not even kidding. I played it. I enjoyed it. I was decent at it. I almost hit Masters. I was like I was a 1 point off. It was so stupid. But then I stopped playing it. I was working more often. I didn't have the time. People got better. I took a break from it because I just didn't have time at all. And then when I got back into it, like the thing I was telling you about Sigma was actually one of the games I came back to it, and people were like, kill yourself. Like, you're garbage, you're dog shit. And I'm like, bro, I literally haven't played the game in years. I'm learning, like, the Sigma. But it was like, I literally jumped into a moment where people didn't want new people to learn. They were like, oh, you should already know. And I'm like, how? When was I going to learn? When?
I'm telling you right now that people come in my chat the last week. I've seen so many people this last week that are like, hey, I play Rivals. I've never played Overwatch. Or, hey, I haven't played Overwatch since 2016, 2017, 2018, whatever. Can I get back into it? Is it possible? And I've had to like walk people through like, yes, why it's possible, and also being like, hey, you're probably not gonna have you're gonna be behind in the beginning, and that's okay. And I like give them like a step-by-step guide on how you should get back into it very slowly, because it's gonna take you some time. But like, these are the people that are like outgoing enough to come to my chat and feel comfortable enough to be like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. How should I get back into it? The large majority of people don't have someone to ask about that kind of stuff, and so they're just never gonna do it. And so when you talk about Rivals and you talk about all these people, and you already talk about community that's probably not gonna feel welcoming, and you have all these issues that are going on, and then you also are trying to
Oh my god.
casual players, and the gap between the casual player and the competitive player is going to get larger and larger over time as they get better, and they're also not going to want to come back as much because they feel like they're shit. I'm just saying you're developing a potential long-term problem very, very quickly. Your speedrun.
Yes.
What causes that is releasing heroes too fast that are not balanced. That's why Overwatch was going downhill since Doomfist. That is the most wildly untrue statement. As I mean this with all love. Okay, I'm really not trying to flame you. You are not educated on the topic. I'm sorry. Every hero and every half of them just doesn't work in Fuckly. Brig was the big boogie thing to beat now, and they have gotten much better at it. But they're not perfect, and they still up, right? Because sometimes, and I mean this with all love to devs, they are sometimes not competitively viable enough to understand the mind of a pro player. I was watching Surefour last night play Adam Warlock. That guy literally spent the entire game, multiple games in a row, in the enemy team's spawn. He was playing Adam Warlock on the flank by himself and killing people consistently. If you saw it last night, if you were there, you know what I'm talking about, right? Do you think the average dev that when they made Adam Warlock, they were thinking, are people going to just consistently flank on this guy and just play support flanker? Probably not, right? That's the shit that is the difference between like a pro player and a dev. And sometimes devs make things that sound cool and sound fun, and then some pro players come along and go, let's break the out of this, and they break it to such an extreme, and they make it so bad that they never could have predicted it. They could spend 3 years crafting this hero, and it still could happen. So I understand where you're coming from on the idea of like, oh, like they release too fast, that's why they're broken. No, sometimes they're broken because they up. It has nothing to do with the speed. Yes, I think Rivals could bump into some problems releasing heroes every month. That might be a little too quick. But if we're talking like the old Overwatch pace, it's the exact same as today's, and that's not the problem. That was never the big problem. The problem with Overwatch when they released Doomfist and released Brig is the old Overwatch team of 2017, 2018 was too.
Yeah, those. Well, I remember I was on the Jeff side when Overwatch was still happening, so that I didn't know much about the new team when it was happening. And I think by then I was already leaving, like I wasn't too far into it.
Too stubborn to admit their mistakes and refuse to walk them back. The today's team is much different. They understand when they up and they decide to move them back. That is the difference, because you could give them 3 years, and if they release it and it sucks and people figure out how to break it, if they don't realize, oops, our bad, that's the problem. That's what you're actually upset with, and you're right to be upset with that. But like the way you formulated the thought was incorrect. That's all I wanted to say to you. I'm not trying to like hard flame you, but no ego. I have a lot more knowledge on this topic, and I want to share that with you. I'm not saying that as a way to say you. I want that as a way to like, when you think about it in the future, you can still think about it the same way. Just know that how you get to that thought is a little different, and maybe that'll make you a little more open-minded to it. Nah, full ego. Get good shit.
Full ego. Oh no.
Overwatch failure is bad esports since Prime Overwatch. Sorry, not wrong, but I'll tell you what happened there.
Okay, this. Alright, this is us. Let me watch the.
Someone
I'll watch these two. I'll probably save this meme one for next time.
linked me this video on my Hot Topics channel, which is like my
Fuck Spidey.
non-Overwatch type react thing. He linked me this. Marvel Rivals has a Spider-Man.
Oh, let me hold up since I have a second. Let me change the thing again because it's not. What's the word? It's not Marvel Rivals. It is now. Too bad you can't put multiple categories. There we go. That's what it's supposed to be. Alright, let's go back. Okay,
From last month. It's from March 24th. But Marvel Rivals kind of does. I mean, you're not technically wrong. I don't know. Thought we watched this already? No, we didn't. We did not watch this. Alright.
Watch it in faster speed that way, because I want to be done with everything.
I'm in. I'm stuck downloading something right now, so I can't be loaded in the game. So let's watch it.
Spider-Man, he's a criminal. That's who he is.
Also, can we? I really want. I know NetEase will never see this, and I really hope people who are like at the top will say this. Can we please? I don't care if I have to pay $5, $10. You know, maybe not 20, 10 max. Please make it so like we can change Galactica, whatever her name is. Fuck. Her voices to different announcers. Nick Fury, get James Jonah Jameson, please, bro. I would love to hear him as the announcer and be like, you know, there's a Spider-Man. He's a fucking menace. You know, something like. I'd be like, yes. I want to like. I need him in a game, like as the announcer. I know he's in the other games. I want him in Rivals. As
A vigilante, a public menace.
You've turned the whole city against him.
A fact I'm very proud of. Now, get your pretty little portfolio off my desk before
When looking at the types of characters in Marvel Rivals, you may have heard some people talking about diver or flanker type heroes. These are characters that typically have an insanely high skill ceiling based around their talents for phenomenal mobility and quick.
What do you mean? You can just swing in, hit 2 buttons, and kill somebody. That's not skill.
Instant KOing burst combos to secure kills. The trade-offs for these heroes is that they are typically glass cannons. Even the slightest mistake can result in not only missing your combo, but also a quick and untimely visit.
Here's the. I hope this video says it. The problem with Spidey is. He hits that one. I mean, he makes a joke of it, but he hits that one combo. He kills, and let's say he doesn't get away, right? And you kill him. The risk is very low for Spider-Man because he can go in, out, try to get the kill, or zip out of there, and then there's almost no risk. Versus Black Panther, he has to go in, and like everybody knows he's there, so everyone's hitting him at once. Spidey can literally like zip, hit you, drive by. You know he's there for a second, and he's gone. And including if he has the Venom team up, so he's invincible now for the 1 second, which is actually a pretty good amount of time. I like better when his damage reduction actually made more sense. His invincibility is just stupid. It's the same thing with like stun. You're there for like 3 hours, but then he could zip across the full map. You get a health pack. Nobody's on him. There's no consequences for him, and then he can do it again and over and over. But then. Even if you do manage to kill him, it doesn't feel like, oh, dude, I killed Spider-Man. Nice, you know? Like, all right, there's one down. 10 seconds, he's going to do one rollout, especially if, like, he knows what he's doing, and he's back in the fight in, like, less than 5 seconds. Like, he can zip through half of the map. If, like, people don't believe it, what do you think when people were learning about the guides to learn how to do it? You could be in the, like, you know what we're talking about, like, where the 2 bots are outside of training, and there's, like, the 3 bots that go back and forth. If you start with these 2 bots that are going back and forth, and you zip on the building, you literally could get to the other side of that whole thing in no time flat at all. There's no consequence. You'll be there in 2 seconds.
For tanks, we have characters like Captain America and Venom, and for the bigger category of DPSs, we have.
Oh no.
Having insurance isn't the same.
God damn it! I just want to.
Star-Lord,
Oh, how fast things can change.
Panther, Iron Fist, and of course, Spider-Man. Spider-Man is an excellently designed hero, offering some of the most accurate depictions of his abilities in the game.
Oh yeah, no,
which is
dude,
an amazing feat to
they made him
perform,
amazing.
But
Like,
from NetEase's point of view, this creates a difficult
Yeah.
design problem.
Game-wise,
You
no.
generally want heroes that are easy to play to have a low limit on the reward, and heroes that are hard to play to have a high limit to their reward.
here's the thing. That's so true. Scarlet, easy, but it only gets better. You only get better if like you kind of understand her a little bit more, and she can still get punished. Widow, when I play her, I'm learning her. I suck. So it's like it's very easy for me to get punished, but if I can get a good 1 or 2 hits on someone, or even a headshot if I'm lucky on a controller because I'm still practicing, they're done. It's literally, not cool if you get the Mantis buff, someone's Mantis, you're done. But like that's the highest
For example,
reward.
you want your snipers who require headshots to reward excellent accuracy, but
Mhm.
offer not much to those who can't aim well. But what happens when your game matures and people figure out how to minimize your risks while maximizing your hero's rewards?
Correct.
Well, with Widow, you just make it so the headshot can't one-shot you, and they'll always just permanently suck.
The meta's developed.
Unless you find a way to work around that.
I just want to see
They'll
this.
always just permanently suck.
The meta's
So he did a flick.
Unless you find a way to work around that.
Spider-Man went from a mid-tier to low-tier.
That was 1 second.
Unless
He is. I want you to see how much health he has. And then this is what I mean by it doesn't feel like it takes any skill.
you find a way to work around that.
He zipped.
Spider-Man.
He uppercutted and immediately canceled and straight into the Venom, and he is dead. And it is only he blinked. He blinked.
From a
That's how fast it
mid-tier
was.
to low-tier pick, generally being.
And people act like he's skillful in the sense that like not everyone just magically can do everything, but even a decent one can do a crazy type of like menace to society. Why do you think he got banned so much if he's so hard, or if he's not, or if people are like there's no risk, there's almost no risk for him? That's why most people ban him, not including if we're going into like not PC, if we're going into like console. There's a reason why people are like, I'm not going to deal with Spider-Man. There's a reason why.
Favor to other flankers like.
Or if you're a casual player, it's even worse.
Whose tier list is this? The setup looks like mine, but this has got to be
players.
We're at 28. I can check after what the. Actually, I can check on my phone. I don't want to. Marvel Rivals, top 10 heroes. What is it now? Best character. This is from MarvelRivals.gg. Saying who are the ones you ban the most. You can begin banning characters. The guide will go over to the season's best characters to ban and why it's effective. And the most effective ones are Bruce, Emma, Groot, Magic, Mr. Fantastic. I actually understand that one. Namor, because he counters dive. Rocket, because of the buff. Wolverine, because he's a menace to tanks. And Spider-Man. Makes sense. Now we have bans and I think Diamond has one. Gets bans and diamonds now, so probably Spider-Man's gonna be a ban in gold too.
So, what makes Spider-Man so good?
What does it matter who it is? Everyone's entitled to their opinion. What's the point of talking about anything? What's the point of even watching videos? Because it's interesting. Like, wait, whose is this? What?
Maybe JJJ was right.
I want the public to see Spider-Man for the two-bit criminal he really is. He's a fake. He's full of stickum.
As time has gone on, the trade-off for risk and reward has swung in the favor of Spider-Man. Players have learned how to optimize him and have taken the weaknesses he has and have.
Weird thing is, this isn't like the craziest Spider-Man. Like, I'm watching this, I don't know what rank this guy is. I don't want to know, but like besides missing some shots, like no one's even looking at him, like at all.
Turned them into strengths. The source of Spider-Man's lethality comes primarily from his.
Now they're looking at him.
Weakness. This is high risk, so he might die a lot. But people figure out how to make rollouts back, and so even if he dies, he's back like within 2 seconds.
Correct.
And then gets value by getting those big trades or deaths, and then plays for like ult.
Movement,
right?
web swings, wall sprinting, and even techs like B-hops and spawn rollouts make it so that Spider-Man can not only be any.
I want you literally watch. Imagine you just killed him and you think, oh, cool, he won't be back for like a bit.
Where he wants to be.
He died.
also
uppercut,
has one of the smallest
and
punishments.
he is all the way back at their spawn. So let's say, before this even happens, let's look at the timer.
Be anywhere he wants to be.
So he started
Spawn rollouts make it so that Spider
people. This is why like people think like this is the low risk or high reward. I mean, actually low risk and high reward. We're at. I'll start him. I'll be nice. He started at 38.
only be anywhere he wants to be, but also has one of the smallest
5 seconds. His team literally has just started and is probably just now maybe took a couple steps outside and took a little bit more. He's already at their spawn.
punishments for getting caught out because of how quick he can get back to his team. So where does the Spider-Man want to be?
Streamer, no.
Well, your backline,
Streamer might know a thing or two.
We're between a mix of a 55 damage, 5-meter radius launching uppercut, a 50 damage, 20-meter stunning lasso, a bonus 45 damage from webbing a target with a tracer, and a devastating and unblockable melee combo. Every character below 300 health will
Punch.
instantly be KO'd.
I want you to look at that. I want you to look at that HP. That's the normal combo most of them do. This is without the venom.
I feel like you could say those. Like, they make a good point. I just want to be careful when you say stuff like that. Like when you describe things like that, you can make any character sound OP.
Now I know Magic. She does a combo. It's a one shot. It's not. It doesn't always land. This one auto targets to that zips towards them, and then you can finish it off. Hell, I've done it. Punisher, you gotta hit a bunch of hits. Star-Lord, you can decimate people. You gotta land almost all your shots to do that. Hela, 2 headshots. Depends on what you're playing. Most people hit body shots. Not everyone hits headshots. If not, she'd still be banned. And then they did nerf her a little bit, so actually she hasn't got banned as much. I'm trying to think what else. Who else? Actually, I'll think about it a little bit.
The point still stands, but like, you know, it's just
The skilled Spider-Man, if they don't land a kill combo of the
like you could say with Hela, you're like with 2. I forget how much it does off the top of my head, but it's 170 damage headshots.
Dude.
To 1 second, you could delete a support because you hit 2 quick headshots. You know what I mean? It's like
their own. But in case
But the problem with this is nobody ever says Hela's destroying our backline. So you kill the healer. It doesn't always happen.
you have spent the game not securing kills as a Spider-Man, don't worry. Spider-Man also has one of the...
Also, I think a big annoying thing of Spider-Man is like if you're playing a flying character, not only is he a counter, but the fact that he's like once he zips to you, it's like if you're Iron Man, if he zips to you, all of a sudden it's like his suit just stops working. He's like paralyzed and then he just falls down. I'm like, why? Like I don't care. Like I should still be able to like try to get out of there. Like do something to get out.
Fastest charging.
Yeah, that needs to get nerfed. That all has to get nerfed. He gets it. No.
Ultimates in the entire game.
There it is. Okay, there. I was waiting for it because like the thing that actually kind of makes him like really annoying is like punishing him for killing him doesn't feel like much, and so because he just comes back super fast. So if he gets a trade, like he's typically back faster, and then on top of that too, that trade gives him like 30% ult charge. He just comes back and ready to hit his Q. That being said, though, it's funny because most of the Spider-Man players aren't that good. Like they just
people say that, and then when you get to decent ranks or even in general, like no. No. But then people also want to think of it like just skill based. What about the people who like play console? You don't think their life is hard playing against Spider-Man? They fucking hate it. There's a reason they hate it. No console players ever like, yeah, hell yeah. Hell, I'm playing on a controller on a PC. I don't enjoy Spider-Man. Even when I can kill him, I don't kill Spider-Man. Go, yes. I just go, okay, cool. I lived for a second until he's not gonna focus me.
just kind of just do the same 4 buttons over.
And then I have to go swap.
That 4 buttons actually get some good value. But at the same time, though, like they're so pesky and so annoying. And like when you get one on your team and they're 4.
No, bro. When Spider-Man's on my team, I'm getting fucking Peter Parker. When Spider-Man's on their team, they're getting actual Spider-Man. They're getting the Amazing Spider-Man, the comic book one.
Button combo doesn't work. They never swap either. That's where I'm assuming this is gonna go. Actually, it might not. We'll see.
At a cost of just 2,800. For comparison, Human Torch's Supernova takes 1,200 more points at 4,000, and
that's what it should be.
I would say that his ultimate is significantly worse. But just being around enemies generates value for Spider-Man. If you try to deal with the Spider-Man, you will likely spend far too long trying to track him down. If you ignore him, it could be at the cost of the lives of your supports or your DPSs. So what can you do to counter a good Spider-Man? Not much, it turns out. Of course, you could try Namor, sort of.
But Namor gets banned, so then you're out of it. Even with the Hulk Gamma thing, yeah. But the problem is, you can most people either A, ban Hulk, or B, if they don't ban him, they just ban Namor. and then dive literally just has a free for all fun time.
The designed in counter to the web slip.
And people can go Wanda, but again, Wanda can only do so much if she's getting attacked and dived on. No more, at least when with the squids is he's attacking multiple people, or even focusing that one person with his attack, and the squids hit the one diver. The diver's gonna get scared, has to get out. Like he can't be there forever. Not including if he bubbles, then he's he's a little bit safe.
Menace. But what if Namor catches a premeditated ban?
Well, they kind of nerfed a lot of the things too that would help you this season. I mean, this is before, right? This video came up before the new season, which is funny. But like things like Loki, Loki actually. But I was gonna say Adam. Like you play Adam in like triple support or like whatever. Basically, all you do is you just sit there and never hit your E. You just don't. Like anytime you get pressured again, E. By the time they come back around for a third time, you have your first E back. And so then what you do is you just like endlessly cycle your E on yourself. You don't ever heal teammates. You just heal yourself and that's it. Because it will bounce and hit teammates. And so you just sit there and just roll up on the support.
Correct.
The DPS role you play Namor. The DPS role. Well, now everyone else is playing dive. So I guess you just kind of run at their team. Before that would have been a little different. And then like for tank, it was like mag. You'd be fine.
Your only remaining options as a DPS are Winter Soldier, Squirrel Girl, and Scarlet Witch.
Okay, I don't know about Squirrel Girl. That's a weird one for me. I've never heard of that. I guess a dive. If it's like Spider-Man at least.
All of whom, besides Bucky, have spotty successes in the current metagame.
Well, I mean, Bucky's like S tier, but everything he does he gets overshield, so that's probably why.
Wait, this was from last season. Wait, why the hell is Bucky hit spotty? Bucky was crazy last season.
When it comes to ideas for your bath project.
Oh my god, please. I just don't care. Oh, cool. I'm stuck. Alright.
As a support, maybe you could try Cloak and Daggers Vanish.
No.
Invisible.
Nobody ever goes as Cloak as they're leaving. And even if they do, they can still lose.
Woman's Boop, Jeff's Swim, Rocket.
Invisible Woman's Boop? No, bro, you have to go invisible and pray they don't notice you.
Loki's Lamp.
And Rocket got nerfed afterwards.
Luna.
Loki's Lamp, yeah, but if you're getting on a spawn, it's not. It's really bad if you're using the lamp. You're just gonna get countered.
And Mantis is stunned.
Mantis is stunned, decent. Luna's Snowball, hitting that against Spider-Man, you're gonna have a hard time. That's already hard enough sometimes to hit it.
And Adam Warlock, you can try picking a god and praying.
Thank you. Sounds about right. I don't know why they didn't give Adam. I don't want him to have flight, but I wish he had like something where like, not like a glide, but like almost like a boost where you can kind of like how Hawkeye has it, but more like gliding-ish. So you like jump back and get a boost. Kind of maybe like that. Because I wouldn't want a flying Adam. That's just that's gonna be a rough day.
Wait, what? Okay, so this is why. No offense. This is why there's a little bit of a disparity when people were saying last month dive isn't meta, and a lot of the metal rank players were saying dive is hard meta, and Spidey's getting hard banned, and he's not getting banned last month in high elo because something like that, which is just like, oh yeah, that's so obvious to me. Like, yeah, they're gonna.
But here's the thing about high elo. The majority of people aren't high elo, and it's like so weird that people use that as a reference. That's what the rank you're in, but the majority of people aren't that. So they actually do feel the pain of dive. They don't like it. They have a pain with it. It's annoying. If it's a high rank, it shouldn't affect you because either you already know how to counter it and you're actually doing well no matter if it is, or B, you just don't run it. But the low level, like elo, that's what they run every day and they gotta fight it and they hate it and they're not having fun. That's the whole problem. Dive.
You play a Spider-Man, just run on you every time? Yeah, you just play triple support, you full hands, your Adam just hits E every time.
Hell, even when I play quick play now, or at least like now before the adjustments. If I want to learn a character, say Widow, Hawkeye, even Captain America, whatever it is, right? And Spidey's just gonna be on me and I'm not having any fun, I'm swapping a Wanda instantly. If it's just Spidey, or no more if it's multiple dive. Because nobody's gonna have fun then. I'm gonna do everything in my part so none of them have fun and they have to swap. Because I wanna have fun. But I don't get to have fun. Because I have backline beating the fucking Spidey beating me up in the backline and I don't get to even try out a character. And I have to swap because then if not, I'm throwing towards my team.
Someone comes in, boom, win. Loki, same thing. And then like Luna's a little bit more difficult. Mantis was playable. Invis actually would do, as long as you're not getting caught by surprise, would be okay too. But the fact that like this is pretty big Adam nerfs. That's why it doesn't work as much anymore because Adam kind of got big nerfed. So it's a little bit tougher now in today's day and age. But like that's just like a big like that's so obvious to me.
Miss any of these defense
probably not common
however,
knowledge,
and
or wasn't common
it's
knowledge.
likely a trip back to spawn with you. But if a Spider-Man misses his combos, he probably has already swung back to his team. Meanwhile, you've just sunk your only defensive tools if you miss yours. Swung back.
I want you people to look at this.
Meanwhile, you've just
Webbed. He dove in, is in front of Hela, but he is not even facing Star-Lord, and then he has swapped, turned around, uppercutted, and inverts. So if he didn't have full health, that Star-Lord would have instantly died. It's literally a freebie. Look at this. You're not even... It should be line of sight. You're not looking at him. Therefore, you shouldn't be able to zip towards him. If you looked at him, then I'd be like, alright, that makes sense. But, like, you didn't have to look at him for the uppercut. That's... Apparently the game gives you a freebie because you're in the area.
If you miss yours.
And then back to a health pack?
Yeah, but he won't be back so fast that, like, your cooldowns won't be back off cooldown.
Here's the thing. They should do the... I think an easy way they could fix Spider-Man is similar to Namor. When I get out as Namor, I have some of my abilities, but I don't have 2 squids. I get like not even 1. It's like about to hit 1. Have it where he can have the clusters, but he doesn't have the swings ready yet. Like it's charging up. You could make it a voice sign, be like, "Oh, my web cartridges are malfunctioning" or something. Or I need to swap them out, something like that. But it's like that way. It's like lore wise, but where he doesn't just get a freebie of like, "Oh, I killed him. Oh, I'm gonna swim back to point in 10 seconds." No, you have a consequence now that if you're gonna play like that, even as a dive character, there's consequence. Black Panther has to walk his ass, even with his he gets his 2 abilities, but he has to walk his ass back to the point. Magic has to dodge and portal to get her ass back. Spidey, he dies 1 swing. He literally has already made up the distance of 3 times what it would take Magic and Black Panther. But if he doesn't have the web swings right away, he has to walk his ass back and then get the swing and then go. Then it would be more fair.
Mobility in the game, and a touch of death combo on 80% of the cast would be horrible against tanks, right? While Spider-Man can't instant KO tanks like he can squishies, this really isn't a problem for him. Most tanks can't punish the Spider-Man from his attacks well enough to shut him completely down, and because Spider-Man's uppercut has such a large radius, he likely will hit...
I want you to look at that again.
...completely down, and because Spider-Man's uppercut has such a...
Webbed?
...radius...
What is he looking at? This should be line of sight. This is what I'm talking about. He's not even looking at her. But because he hit the button as he's leaving so he doesn't get attacked, he can now... And he's instant. That was a frame. I didn't do anything. That was a frame.
He liked to shut him completely down, and because Spider-Man's uppercut has such a...
My ass Spider-Mans are. Look at this. This is the bullshit I'm talking about. Zipped. It is 207, right? And 208. That was 1 frame.
He likely will hit both the
and even if he doesn't kill, the fact that he could do that.
Allowing him to easily transition
and now he's gone.
Priority targets. But being good is a problem that can be fixed. But as one user,
he's
so uniquely problematic because character-wise he's perfect. I feel like I'm Spidey swinging across the map and beating up bad guys, and that's really fun and good character design, gameplay-wise. However, he's stupidly unfun to fight. He moves at Mach 100, kills your support with a BS long reach. Thank you. One-shot combo, leaves, yes, and does it all over again all game. Not to mention how frustrating he can be to have on your team, being almost unhealable. Yeah, to the healers, he's like the hardest annoying thing to heal, and I'm like, half the time I'm like, bro, screw off, go heal somewhere else. Although people being bad at Spidey isn't the character's fault, you can't take what makes him Spidey because honestly, I think it really just take away his swings once he dies. Like he has to recharge them as he goes. He doesn't just get them instantly and then he benefits to get back. There's a consequence that way, and there's nothing you can do. Like you just have to walk back. Or that could be one way to fix him. And then when it comes to his like grapple of him like coming towards you, he has to have line of sight on you, because literally just of 2 clips of it right there, he's not looking at that character. One of them is behind a wall, but because he hit it, he's still zipping towards him. Not including the people who complained about when that one clip of when Loki snapped and he still got hit, and like Spider-Man went across the map and still got him. There's the one where Wanda. It happens to me when I go as Wanda. I hit my button and I turn into a little orb to get away. He zips towards me, and because he did it right before I did, even though I try to do my character's ability to try to counter it, I still get hit by that. Or if you're Magic, when you go in a portal, because he still did it, you still get hit. That doesn't make sense. He's out of we're not in the game anymore. Wanda goes into that ball, she shouldn't be able to get hit. So she only gets 2, and it still takes a bit to get back. If you're Magic, you went into a portal, nothing should be able to hit you.
Problematic because I would so succinctly, he's so uniquely problematic because character-wise, he's perfect. Character design ports with a crush isn't your now.
Thanks. Welcome to Hero Shooters, though. We've been going on this train for years of like when a character is not only if a character is fun to play but not fun to play against. Good example from Overwatch was Doomfist or Roadhog. It just makes everyone else in the lobby have no fun. But those characters were fun to play. Now you take it into the cinematic universe of Marvel, where you actually can't change those things. Ooh, Brig? Stop. Nobody enjoyed playing Brig. When Brig came out, people did not like playing Brig. People enjoyed winning with Brig. There was a term coined for the year of Go. It's called Brig Jail. That's why people now.
Dude, that's how Peter. That's the name. Funny joke, but it's literally like that. That's their go-to. Support players will always want bro. That's how it goes. It's not even support players. It's just annoying fighting against him, even if I'm playing DPS.
Say things like support jail or whatever, because like that was coined during that era.
It's not just that Spider-Man is good; it's that he's good and he creates a bad problem. Every game is at its good. It's that.
That was the one time he missed.
And he creates a
Watch.
bad problem.
Zipped. A full wall had to stop him. If it wasn't for that, he would have got him.
Every game is at its best when everyone feels like they have their place. No one oversteps the boundary of the other. But to a Spider-Man, the world is their oyster, a boundless playground, while small health bars are snapped in half, while large ones are stored in the fridge for later. Spider-Man has continued to climb the tier list rankings, and without more ways to counter him, he may go from a beloved favorite to a hated menace of the community.
There you go. Perfection. That's the best line I've ever heard.
Counter him, he may go from a beloved favorite to a hated menace of the community.
You cooked!
I believe that the best way to deal with Spider-Man is...
You cooked! March 24th, today's April 25th, you cooked!
Not to nerf him directly, although he likely will catch some nerfs. I believe that the best way to deal with him is to provide better options for the rest of the cast. He is balanced on such a razor's edge, however, because it requires a good player to see the best use.
I think if you don't nerf the line of sight, so then he like if you're not at, like if you get out of sight, Spider-Man can't pull you, because literally that would actually help a good amount to counter it. If you don't take away his swing, so he has to walk his ass back to spawn back to point, unless he charges one up as he goes. That's also an easy nerf, but then it helps out any team, because then it's like you can't just zip back in 10 seconds, less than 10 seconds, and get back, because we literally counted it was 5 seconds. That's how bad it was. So let's say you die, you wait 10 seconds, respawn, you hit one rollout. If you know them all, you're back, and you can learn them. That's not even hard as you go, unless you mess that up. But even then, you still got a good amount of distance really fast. Or eventually, yeah, there will be more characters that do counter it, but those are the things I can think of to
deal with
fix him.
Provide better options for the rest of the cast. He is balanced on such.
Oh, or I don't know if they did it on Tracer, but nerf his health. So instead of 250, he hits 200. It would suck, but then he has consequences. That's what I'm saying. It's that would be too much of a hard nerf, but it would make sense. Where he has to know when to go in, but he can't just go back and forth without anyone think he's gonna cause the consequences. And then people on the low elo could go Wander or whatever, and they could counter him, and it wouldn't be as bad for them. Versus if you're high elo, you have to know that you have to swap, or you can't just be busting the backline. High elo, I know it's not gonna happen, but for everyone else, the majority of that would fix it. Where people aren't getting. They're not going to ban Spider-Man as much, because they're like, okay, no, we can counter it. We can save ourselves.
Razor's edge, however, because it requires a good player to see the best use out of him.
I'll be real with you, dude. I feel like Spidey's not that hard. I don't play a ton of them. I've only played him like here and there in quick play.
High elo. So he's speaking from a high elo position. He's not speaking from anyone else.
Play for a little bit of fun and memes. I get it. You know, I'm not gonna say I'm insane. I'm not saying I could do it either, but like, here's the real talk, the truth that most people don't want to hear. A player doesn't have to be the top player on every single hero to understand if a hero is strong or not. That's just the truth. Not the truth you want to hear, but it's the truth. Like, I am not a top-ranked Loki player. I can look you in the eyes and tell you Loki's really damn good. I am not a top-level Hela player. I can look you in the eyes and tell you Hela is really good. Do I say the penny one?
The thing about that though is Loki and Hela, they still have consequences. Like they're out of position. They do something. Hell, you can if you fucking get Hela, like when I was playing the match, you can't turn into a bird instantly. There's still like she still has to do it and then she turns into a bird, and it's not like free flight. Like I can't control the bird in those seconds, and then get to a position I want. I have to look at where I want to go, turn into a bird. Wait, hopefully I don't get killed in that 1 second, and then fly if I'm trying to get out of like danger. But I get a consequence. Spider-Man doesn't. He's in danger for 10 seconds. He swings. He's gone. He will be on the other side of the map, and nobody's going to catch up to him unless it's another Spider-Man. And even then, it depends on skill, depending on that one. But then, look at even this clip right before he paused it. He got attacked. He left. He healed. Nobody knows where he is anymore. And he did a drive-by, and now it's going to ult probably the whole...
I'll leave it just where it is. But you'll know what I was going to say.
The whole ult.
Where
And what did he do?
I saw someone say it. I was going to say, Spider-Man's not that hard.
Good enough to warrant where
1 kill, 2 kills.
Right
So reading chat while talking sometimes.
I think Adam was the only one that let us hold on.
Isn't good enough to warrant where he is.
Yep. So they all died because someone else killed Adam, I think.
Reading
But
chat
still.
while talking sometimes is hard. I accidentally end up.
Game better with new salted caramel butter.
To get better and better, and the ways to counter him will get less and less for him. And even
Holy shit,
characters
they
that
cooked.
are good, such as Namor, may become more of an issue as time has gone on. We're running into a situation where characters need to be banned in order for certain characters to exist, but there aren't enough bans in the game to catch everything that you might need.
Add
Of course,
more
you can put
bans.
your team
6
around,
bans.
But how often are we going to get a different form of Spider-Man? Maybe a character that isn't Spider-Man directly. Maybe a character that is so good at busting tanks, like somebody else I know, that absolutely must be dealt with and must be banned in order for your tanks to be able to play the game. I believe right now, Spider-Man is in a similar position, where he absolutely must...
Wolverine is the tanks, what Spider-Man is the supports. That's literally the easy way to explain it. It's very, like, people... That's why Wolverine gets banned so much. He fucks over everyone in the tanks. Nobody has fun. The tanks literally have to figure out a way to counter it or do anything to save themselves. Especially now because of added more heroes to tanks. But like before, you're playing Groot before Buzz or anything, and you're playing Groot, Wolverine's there. Have fun. Good luck. Have fun.
Be dealt with for a good portion of your squishies and your supports to see any value. But there's just simply not enough of them to go around.
You see how you went
and
Namor?
There's not enough options to be able to counter him. The counterplay to Spider-Man is just to simply avoid him. And when he has the ability...
You know, the idea of adding more bans isn't actually a bad idea.
Actually, no, he's actually right. With actually more heroes, we might actually need more bands. So maybe not 2. We're probably going to need like 4 or 6 max.
And the mobility to get...
Like, I know I was memeing a little bit,
that's
but
nigh impossible.
it's actually not a
I
bad
want to
idea.
see Spider-Man be amazing. But as it stands right now, he's a menace. Thanks for watching.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. But that's literally what it feels like. It's just not fun. Alright, do I have another hour in me to watch this whole thing? It could be 4 hours. Or I could save this for next time and then probably watch both. You know what? That's not the worst idea I've had. That is not the worst idea I have had. I've had bad ideas. It's not the worst one. It's not the worst one. What are they playing? No. What are they playing? Actually, I don't know them, but what are they playing? I don't know them enough. And they're kind of a big creator, so I don't think they have Radon. I could. I like these emotes. I could, or Twitch panels. I could try, and we will see. We could try. What's the worst that can happen? You know, what's the worst? Let's see. Oh, they don't have it off. I'm actually amazed. Thank you for everyone who tuned in now in the future. Appreciate y'all. And hope you all have a good one tomorrow. Next time we're going to talk about more stuff.